One thing I love about this show, and I really do, the fact that it's not a music show. Because for years I sat over at the Q listening to songs I hated, and you couldn't really criticize him because Hammy'd go nuts.
Yes, he would.
Oh, God, he'd go off the deep end every time I did it. What are you doing? I had to remind him, you need to calm down here, Buster. You're not talking to one of your little buddies there.
Yeah.
But honest to God, how many years did I have to listen to? Look, I think Born to Run is wonderful. His voice was made for that song. That boy cannot sing a note.
You mean Born in the USA?
No, Born to Run.
Oh, I didn't
Born to Run.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, sorry.
His voice was really good on that song because
Yeah.
it was made for that song. But when he does that, it's like, Jesus, Bruce.
Not great.
Yeah.
Just not a fan. Never have been.
No, I agree. I have friends of mine that are head over heels over Bruce Springsteen.
Oh, yeah, sure.
I don't get the allure. And especially after I heard, even at a young age when I was, 11, and I heard the, hey, little girl, are your daddy home?
Not a great song.
No,
Not a
Bruce,
great
what are you singing, bud?
Stop.
Wow.
Yeah, hey, little
Hard.
girl.
Stop.
Gross.
Not great. Yeah.
It's from yesterday.
I feel like what happens to me with a lot of the the classic rock is I don't even hear it. Like it's just present because it's been you've heard it so many times. I've heard
that's
it
true. Yeah.
like a fourth as much as you have, and I just barely hear it. I just know when the song ends.
I understand. No question about it.
I was listening to classic rock in Wisconsin. A couple of weeks ago, I had a gig there, so I was driving through. And I like to bop around the radio stations out of market. You know, I know everybody here. I'm tired of all the radio stations here.
Yeah.
So I was listening to it, and the guy who was on the radio station, I've known for 20 years. He was introing AC/DC's Back in Black, and he fumbled over it. And I thought, you have introed that song 4,000 times in your career, and you still fumble over AC/DC Back in Black.
I know.
It'd be great, though. Maybe it was a sign he saw at a restaurant. Okay, Black, in back.
It's time to go.
God dang.
Little racism in the music.
Just at 7:02 a.m.
I'm glad you brought up music. Did you see what your woke buddies are going after now?
What? What are my woke BFFs going
They're
after?
canceling Queen now.
Oh, you can't cancel Queen.
You know why?
Uncancelable.
You know why they're canceling Queen? It's very, very offensive to women to have a song named "Fat Bottom Girls."
Oh, listen, you know what, woke left? You assholes had a chance to take that song down a decade ago. It's been out for 40-some years.
I know.
We've all been enjoying it.
Yeah.
You know what? Okay, Lizzo, then that's the deal. No more talking about Big is Beautiful then. If you can't have fat bottom girls, then no more Lizzo, Big is Beautiful.
You know, it's like one person.
Yeah, oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
Oh, not according to the National News article.
It's fine, 2.5 people who have accounts, many
Yeah.
different accounts.
Yeah.
You guys, nobody cares about. Everybody wants a fat bottom girl.
I have a question for you. Maybe I'm 100% wrong, but I always assumed that song was about having sex with men.
I think every song is secretly about having sex with
Well,
men
it might,
for the
that's
queen,
true.
right?
But the
that's
fat bottom
all-
girl thing, it wasn't a girl. It's a bigger butt because it was a guy.
Yeah.
I thought that was the whole point of this song, isn't it?
I mean, they do
Maybe-
make
maybe not.
the rockin' world go round.
Yeah, I mean, was Freddie Mercury out at that time?
No.
No, so maybe that
But
was...
everybody knew it.
Everybody knew it.
Yeah, but maybe that was his beard.
That's what I'm wondering.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm going to show you guys how gay I am not by singing about girls with big asses.
I love
exactly
girls
right.
with big butts,
Yeah.
big butts.
Big butts and I cannot lie.
Even the way it said, fat bottom girls, is you don't like women.
Oh, yeah. That's something that your grandpa would say. He's out there running around with all them fat bottom girls.
But yeah, they're pissed off and they want to cancel Queen now because of fat bottom girls.
I want a thick ass. I want a fat bottom girl. I want her bottom to be fat. Okay, you're
You horn tootin'.
you're very straight.
Whatever works for all you folks. You just keep being pissed off at everyone and everything in the world. That article we talked about yesterday on the family podcast. I'm not going to do the whole article, but we have been talking about this for 6 months on this show, telling you that if you watch Fox or CNN or MSNBC, national news in general, local news tends to be a lot better, except for some people say really stupid shit on the local news. That guy on Channel 5 that, some people think he's a racist. Unless you can prove that, why would you say that?
Oh, he's talking about you.
Oh, yeah. But unless you could prove it, why would you say that?
Yeah, I
You're going to
have
have
no
a
idea.
bitch of a time proving that, I'll tell you that.
It's just a very odd thing to say.
Well, because he did that. when Tevin gets here, I'm just going to kick him out. You can't. I'm sorry, we can't have you here
Yeah, well,
because the word is.
me and Tevin are fighting anyways.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
What are you fighting over?
He's not going to the state fair.
Oh, he's not.
No.
That puke.
He messed up his schedule. He's got like a wedding.
Here we. Yeah. Okay.
He's a DJ.
Like, what?
He's
He's DJing at the wedding. I see what you're saying. Well, he's got to go to that. So.
What time are people getting married?
Well,
It's not
yeah.
getting married
I
at
don't
10
know.
a.m.
He said he's got some. I don't know, you guys.
Lying
We'll
sack.
attack him tomorrow. We'll attack him tomorrow.
Well, no. I just got a message from Brittany that says now we'll have to find another black man to have on. We'll have to track one down.
Where are we going to find one of
Where are we going
those?
to find one of those?
You are on. It's 7:06, sir.
I'm in far too good a mood today.
Oh,
Except I got here and everything was effed up again. It was like,
that's been there
not
forever.
really. No, it was fine. What's been there forever?
Those cups have been there forever.
No, they have not been. Oh, you mean forever as in a couple of weeks?
Yeah.
So I walk in this morning, and Catherine set up this deal where she brought in, the water cooler, and she brought in a coffee maker and bought some coffee. And
It's just awesome.
Yeah.
Like, it is awesome. I make coffee every day in my big cups or whatever. It's awesome to have coffee here.
we're gonna have another one of those days when you don't let me finish my.
No, I was just
sentences.
saying that,
No, you
like-
do that all. No, you just did it again. Some days you're a disaster. You know that. God, am I in a good mood? I see when I go after people, it means I'm in a really good mood.
Oh, good.
It does. But you are a massive pain in the
Oh,
ass.
there's that.
I'd like to point that out. Where'd you get that shirt? I like that shirt.
Thanks.
Because I couldn't tell if it was like a sweater and then a shirt and then another sweater and then another shirt.
No, it's just like a chevron-y shirt.
Chevron, you horn tootin'.
Okay.
Anyway, what were you saying?
No,
So anyway, when I was talking to the guy,
Catherine set up a coffee bar for us.
she did. And people are using it, but they will not even go rinse out their cups, much less clean them. And I'm like, you're getting free coffee, free, fresh, wonderful coffee that she buys. Catherine really knows her coffee, too. I'm not a big coffee. I'll drink coffee, but I don't drink a lot of it.
Yeah.
But I just don't understand people anymore. It's like, okay, we bought it. We brought the cups. You got the water. You got the coffee. You drank it, and you don't have the decency to go rinse out the cup? What happened to people?
Well, I mean, I don't want to defend him, but I mean, it is about 37 feet down the
is.
hallway to the closest sink. That's a lot of walking. I mean, do we have shoe money just lying around here?
Shoe money.
You got to buy new shoes every time you
Toots.
walk down there.
Shoe money.
Sounded just like Toots.
Yeah.
Where are we going to get shoe money?
Yeah.
Funny.
No one needs to blow a hole in their sneaker just to wash out a coffee mug.
No, ladies and gentlemen, what Rudy's talking about, and we're not kidding here, about 50 feet from our door is an actual fountain that cleans coffee cups.
Yeah.
There's a sprayer that comes out the top. It's there to clean out coffee cups, and they won't even do that.
No. Yeah.
At this point, I feel like I should take them home and run them through the dishwasher.
Yeah,
Well, I
absolutely.
might have
yeah.
to.
Like, because it is past that point of.
People. And maybe this is the problem right here. This is from the Wall Street Journal yesterday, actually. A search for anxiety relief on Google pulls up links for supplements in the form of pills, patches, gummies, and mouth sprays. There are vibrating devices that hang around your neck and tone your vagus nerve. Is it vagus or Vegas?
I think you can go either.
V-A-G-U-S? I don't know which one that is. Weighted stuffed animals, bead-filled stress balls, and coloring books that claim to bring calm. Ads for online talk therapy apps pop up on social media sites. Americans are anxious. And again, we've been talking about this for 6 months. They're doing it to you on purpose, and you're falling for it.
Yeah.
Don't let these people make you anxious. They're trying to make you feel bad and make you nervous so you'll tune in. Oh, I better pay attention. I better watch the news. I better tune back. They're making you watch the news, and you're falling for it. Don't be anxious. These people are lying to you just like the president, the former president, and most other politicians. They're lying to you to make you feel anxious so you'll spend more time with them and they make a lot more money. Seriously, we have to do something about this. There's no decency left in the world right now.
Yeah, they're creating a space for them to exist.
Yep.
Like, the need has to be self-created, right? Like, you need to tune in. Otherwise, you won't know if there's a tsunami about to hit you. It's like, oh, my God.
There's no doubt about it. And there was even a discussion whether who's going out to, somebody's going from the Republican Party is now going to Maui. And somebody actually, and they were serious, on one of the stations, I don't remember which one, because I literally watched them for 1 minute just to make sure there's not some national story. So I watched about 1 minute, and somebody asked if there was any danger when this guy's plane was coming in and Biden's was leaving that they could collide. It's like, what? Because apparently if the islands... Did they even land on Maui, or did they have to land somewhere else and then go across the mountain?
I imagine you'd have to land somewhere else and then take a smaller... But I mean, I don't know.
I don't know if they have a big airport on Maui. They don't have an airport at all on Maui, do they?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
No idea.
I remember seeing one, but in any case, this person actually wanted to know if there was any danger of, there's no space out there in the sky. So.
Well, the only danger of those planes colliding is if Joe Biden is flying the plane.
That's
Other
true.
than that, I think they'll be okay.
Boy, I tell you, these guys, and it's all of them, these people running for president, the people who are president, the people who back up, what a bunch of scam artists, pain-in-the-ass, money-making scumbag. And they don't make the money, they steal it from you, basically. God, why do we let filth run this world? I don't understand.
It's awful.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
And it's because we have this thing that, we got to be taken care of, and this is the guy that'll take care of me. He's not going to take care of you or me.
Yeah.
He's going to take care of himself. So stop with this, your guy's much better than my guy, or my guy's better than your guy. They're all horseshit.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, but they are.
Yeah.
There are a couple of younger ones in there that I think say some pretty smart things, and hopefully they'll develop into somebody who's not a total money-making, money-grubbing pig, but we shall see, right?
Yeah, I think that's interesting, that take care of aspect. It's like, I don't ever think that I would assume a politician would take care of me. Like,
Yeah.
I just want an even playing field in a normal world and be able to work and have my, be with my family. Like, and I think that's what everyone wants.
Well, I do have tapes of you talking to your dad about going to China, making money for you. I did hear that.
Obviously.
You should be going to prison for that. But
Obviously.
all of these people, I mean, you look at them when they're on TV. I don't care if it's the Biden family or the Trump family. It's like, oh, these are not my kind of people.
No, we wouldn't get along with any of them.
We would not.
We would be so confused. We'd be like, can you please just leave?
Here's a barn burner of a question for you. Who was the last politician that you actually liked?
Last politician that I liked. You mean as a politician or as a person?
Both. You could say either or, because there is a difference between a good politician and a bad person, or vice versa. You know what I mean? Like, you can be a bad politician and a good person at the same time.
God, there are actually a lot of them, because people don't know this, but until Hamilton decided to take the KQ Morning Show conservative, and that, you guys do know that was his decision, right?
Yeah.
And who took all the brunt of the hit? I did. Thanks, Dave. I appreciate it. But anyway, before that, I was never an ardent Democrat. My mother was a big-time Democrat, and I loved my mother, my sister and brothers, and I guess most of them would be Democrats still. I would think so. I was raised as a Democrat, so a lot of those guys. I think Tim Pawlenty's a very decent person.
Yeah.
There are a couple of them. Yeah, there are a couple of guys. I met Dean Phillips just for about 20 minutes, and he was all very, very nice. I don't know him, but he was very pleasant. So there you got one Democrat and one Republican. I don't care about them. It's just like I don't care what your skin color is either.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit what your skin color is. I don't care what party you're in.
Yeah.
Just don't be an asshole. Right?
I was a little too young, but I do remember because I lived up there when he passed away in the plane crash. But from what I understand, Paul Wellstone seemed to be a pretty decent guy.
Hated my guts. Thanks for
Really?
bringing him up.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Why?
Oh, he took advantage of that whole Hamilton thing 100%.
Like how?
Oh, he'd go on TV. We're going to get rid of people like this Barnard guy.
Did he
You don't
really?
remember him doing that?
Well, I lived in northern Minnesota.
Oh, that's right. You lived in northern Minnesota.
And,
then,
yeah, and he died, I think, when I was a junior or senior in high school. So I never, and I wasn't really into politics at that time when I was only like 16 or 17. So I didn't know much about him. I just remember every parade, every 4th of July, everywhere I went, I'd see bumper stickers, and he'd be walking down the main street of Hibbing, shaking hands. I was like, that's the guy. And then I didn't know much about him, but
well, maybe he is a good guy. Look, see, that's one thing I will tell you. If it's personal, I don't give a rat's ass. The guy hated my guts. It doesn't mean he's a horrible guy. He and I just don't see eye to eye. He doesn't like me. I don't like him. I would never say, oh, you shouldn't hang out with him. He's a terrible guy. I don't know him.
You know, and it's also a tactic. Like, if you're somebody you're saying the show came out really hard going right, it would look like an easy tactic. And it might not even be his tactic. Like, oh, you and Tom Barnard are feuding. And I say that in quotation marks.
Yeah, I think he did that on purpose. I do think that. There's no question about that. And by the way, the guys like Hamilton, whose idea it was, he never stood up and took the punch for it. He stayed in the shadows, and everybody else had to take a shot for being so conservative.
Yeah.
I just love people who do things like that. What a buddy you are, Dave. In any case, we do have to take... Oh, I should probably do the weather first.
Yeah.
Forecast first alert for today and Wednesday for excessive heat and high heat index values. Excessive heat warning today and Wednesday. Partly to mostly sunny, hot and humid with a high of 98, but a heat index of 105 to 110. How far is your walk today?
Right? All of 20 feet. It'll be
20
on my
feet.
treadmill in my basement.
Today, partly to mostly sunny, hot and humid, as we said. Tonight, warm and muggy, low of 76. Wednesday, sunny, hot and humid again with a high of 98. Thursday, not as hot, mostly sunny with a high of 88. Then, and it's going to be today, tomorrow. Then it'll get back into the 80s and the 70s, as a matter of fact. Saturday, the high is 79. So right around 80 to 88, I guess, for the rest of the week after today. And tomorrow being very hot. Heat index is of 105 to 110 today and 100 to 105 tomorrow. It is 73 and partly cloudy right now. So I suppose we should take a break here, huh?
Yeah.
The only thing I got to tell you, I'm in such a great mood, and because I have a friend, Renee Sterno. He's a psychologist. He's a brilliant man, just a great guy. And I was talking to him yesterday about this stuff. And he brought this up to me. He said, Tom, do realize how tough it makes your life, the fact that you won't kiss ass? I said, oh, yeah, I know. But I can't do it. If I tried to kiss somebody's ass like these people do, like what they're talking about in these news stories and all that, I think I'd choke to death. I can't do it.
Fat bottom asses, you choke on.
Some fat bottom asses.
And you are kissing the wrong way, my friend.
I just can't stand people that will kiss your ass to your face and then stab you right in the back. Because those are the same people, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That whole, oh, God, you're so great. It's like, get away from me.
Yeah.
Ugh, I hate that, the ass kissing thing. Where did that ever come from?
Where it happens so bad, and you'll see it, is it like Hollywood and LA.
God.
And I watch a lot of reality shows, and I have like the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills and OC, and then of New York. And the difference between these women is hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
Because the niceties to the face are exhausting. The double kiss. And New York's like, what are you doing? That dress is hideous. Don't wear that. And then the Beverly Hills are like, darling, you look beautiful. And then the confessional, she looked like shit. It's like, so, I'm like, I would never survive there.
No.
And do you want a heads up? We got 3 emails about there is a great airport in Maui.
Oh, there is? Okay.
Margaret wrote in saying there's a commercial airport on Maui called Kahalui. I've flown into it several times from the mainland.
Is it open now, though?
Oh, I don't know. They were just making sure we knew.
I was just wondering if anybody mentioned that. Is it open? I suppose it would be for the President of the United States. They'd probably open it again, even if it was closed.
Yeah, that's a great point.
I would guess. I don't know, whatever. But it's just look. We've been on the air now for 19 minutes, and we've made more important points than either Trump or Biden. We should be the president.
Don't say that.
Ask not what your country can do for you. I'll just become Robert F. Kennedy.
I barely can handle the responsibilities we all currently have.
Oh, you can't. It's not barely can. You can't. You're a disaster.
And that's the show, people.
That'll be the show the rest of the day. But again, before we go to break, this anxiety relief thing, they're doing it to you, as we've been telling you for 6 months. They're doing it to us on purpose to make us watch more so they make more money. They're making you anxious on purpose. Don't fall for it.
It's the whole tease. Is your water poisoning? You find out at 8 p.m. tonight. You're like, what? Chucking a glass of water at the wall?
I have to wait 8 hours to find out if I'm dying?
God. Nobody drink the water until we watch the news.
Live your life.
Live your life.
That's all I would say. Last night I went to bed. I leaned over and said, good night, love of my life. And she looked at me like, yeah, okay. What do you want?
She's like, I got my headphones in. Do I have to take them off?
Hey, I'm watching Fisk. Leave me alone.
Totally.
God, I love that woman. We shall take a break here, though, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of great stuff coming up today, as a matter of fact, on the show. On MyPillow's 20-year anniversary with over 80 million MyPillows sold, Mike Lindell and the MyPillow employees want to thank each and every one of you by giving you the lowest price in history on their MyPillows. Queen size MyPillow's regular price is $69.98, now only $19.98, and just $10 more for king size. MyPillow's patented fill adjusts your exact individual needs to help you get the best sleep ever. Go to MyPillow.com, click on the radio podcast square to get Mike's amazing offer on the queen size MyPillow for only $19.98. Enter promo code TOM. In addition to this special anniversary offer on the MyPillows, you'll also receive deep discounts on all MyPillow products such as bed sheets, mattress toppers, pet beds, mattresses, My Slippers, and so much more. Take advantage of the biggest sale in MyPillow's history. Go to MyPillow.com, use promo code TOM to take advantage of Mike's special offer on his MyPillow. That's MyPillow.com, promo code TOM.
Hi, I'm Mike Bryant, and I'm driving my car safely and legally communicating on my phone. Minnesota law allows a driver to use their cell phone to make calls, text, listen to music or podcasts, and get directions by voice command or single-touch activation without holding your phone. Violations are very expensive.
The National Safety Council reports that cell phone use while driving leads to 1.6 million crashes per year, and nearly 400,000 injuries are caused by texting and driving. Not surprising, since 4 seconds with your eyes off the road is like driving the length of a football field blindfolded. And research shows that just 2 seconds increases the risk of an accident up to 24 times. Texting may only take a second, but it can end your life or ruin it forever. Please, drive safely and stay alive.
Find Bradshaw and Bryant, personal injury attorneys at minnesotapersonalinjury.com.
Bradshaw and Bryant.
I'm here talking with my friends Michael Bilski and Brad Huckle of North American Banking Company. Guys, it seems like banking has changed quite a bit since you first opened your doors in 1998.
Yes and no. In 98, we didn't have online and mobile banking like we do today. Many banking processes have also changed. One thing that hasn't changed is we still provide a true community bank experience right here in the Twin Cities.
Our team takes the time to get to know our customers and their goals. This creates a relationship that is unique in banking today and one our customers appreciate. It's why we like to say we provide a better banking experience.
You're absolutely right, Brad. I've been a customer for a long time. The service your team provides is phenomenal.
Thanks, Tommy.
So why not bank with my banker, North American Banking Company, a better banking experience, member FDIC, equal housing lender. 7:23 now, 23 minutes after 7 o'clock. Join us at Carousel Park in front of the grandstand this Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m. We'll be joined by legendary broadcaster Don Shelby, along with Brittany and maybe even a few other surprise guests. It's a fair, so you never know who will drop by, actually. Not Tevin, though, because he's a stiff.
Yeah, there's that.
He's a stiff, I said. That's this Saturday, August 26th at 10 a.m., Carousel Park in front of the grandstand. So, yeah, come on out and say hello. Be great to see you.
We found out yesterday it's called Dan Patch Park as well. So.
Oh, yeah, Dan Patch, absolutely.
So
isn't there a Dan Patch Avenue or something?
There is down in Savage, I believe.
Well,
there's
there's
Dan
Savage,
Patch,
yeah.
right?
Well, also in the fair.
Oh, in the fair as well. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there is one in Savage, too. That's exactly right, Dan Patch. You know, I can tell I'm in a great mood because I'm insulting everyone in sight. Whenever I do that means I'm in a really good mood. And that's, you learned, honest to God, and when I was growing up, if somebody would just rip the piss out of you and tease you constantly, it meant they really liked you.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird?
I wish more people had that mindset.
I do too.
Because the second my friends, if we stop making fun of you, that means you're out of the group.
Yeah.
You're done. You're out of the circle.
Yep.
We don't want it. Because that's like how you show love, especially as
I
men.
agree.
Yeah.
That's how you show. The people who have ridiculed me the most are the people that I would take a bullet for.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's how it should be, damn it. Get out there, have a good time. Nice shirt. No, actually, I do like that
I know
shirt.
you do.
That's a nice shirt.
I like your shirt too because I'm obsessed with green. But
You got green on right now, as a matter of fact,
I'm
sister.
a greenaholic. Plus, I didn't even know what to wear. Like, what do you wear when you know it's going to be 90 when you leave?
That's why I'm wearing this very light shirt. I bought a lot of these for the summer here because it gets very humid here.
Good call.
You look like you're about to play Bobby Riggs in a tennis match in that shirt.
Waiting for that. I have white pants on too. So. I look like a Hamptons reject, kind of. See,
Well, not just Hamptons.
not only for Hamptons.
Thank you very much.
Also,
Great
this
to be-
building will also ask you to leave.
Eden Prairie's on the fence about you.
Yeah, right.
Prairie reject.
Bear Path is like, no, you're not fooling us.
God, Bear Path's got to reopen again. Greg's a great guy.
It's
See him out
open.
there. The golf course isn't, is it?
Yeah, at least the hole right next to our house is.
It is because they were redoing it this year, I thought.
Yeah, but people have been playing on it. Maybe you have like special
Really?
circumstances. I did notice this. Okay, actually, I'm so glad we had this talk. People are wearing matching shirts a lot. Is that like tournament play?
Jesus, I don't know.
Like there'll be like two groups of, there'll be like a group of 2 pairs, and they will be wearing matching shirts. So, because I run Bear Path all the time, and I'm like, that's weird. Tell me why that is. Why they're constantly wearing matching shirts.
How old are they?
They're all over the board with age.
Men, women, both?
Yes, both.
I don't know what the hell that would
Weird.
be then. I have no idea.
2-for-1 sale? I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know. It was so weird because I noticed it once, and then I like noticed it twice, and then it was like the 5th day, and I was like, this feels weird. So maybe cult.
Maybe a call. I like it. I like that call.
Justin wants in.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, even when you watch the Ryder Cup, I don't think they all wear the same shirts, do they? No.
I don't think so.
No.
It was weird, yeah. And they're eccentric stuff. Like it's like men in like two bright pink
Yeah.
shirts, and like women with like a Hawaiian print outfit. Like it's very obvious.
Remember the first time I ever played Bear Path, I put a bad hook on a shot, and
Yeah.
I mean a big time hook, hit a house. So I go up to, say, hey, I hit your house. If any damage, let me know. Guy who answers the door, about 6'5", weighs about 280, and it ain't fat. Turned out to be an offensive lineman for the Minnesota Vikings. I'm like, oh
my
God.
God.
I had to hit your house, did I?
Do you,
Great.
as a golfer, if you're golfing on a course with a house, do you have to like, go talk to them? If
You don't
hit
have
it?
to, but I always do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't happen a lot.
You are responsible if you were to hit a house. They even
Yes.
have signs out there that say you are responsible for any damages to the house.
I didn't know that. I assumed it was all folded in on like the price and the insurance that they have on the course.
Maybe
or on living
it
there.
might be, but
Yeah.
the right thing to do is still go, you know what, I'm sorry, I was the one that hit your house, and if any damage, let me know.
Or this one guy, I saw a video of it. He lives on a golf course. His favorite thing to do is go lay out in his yard, and so when people think that they like hit his house or they'll think he hit him, and they'll like be checking him, so they film it, and he's just laying there, and then they're like, sir, and he's like, oh, sorry, I was just taking a nap, like laying out in his backyard.
There you go.
Looking like he's been concussed.
Works for me.
There is a house that is right across the street from Hole 7 at Highland down in Bloomington.
Yeah.
And there's one spot in their siding. It must have 37 dimples in it from everybody banging their balls off the side of it.
You just don't get new siding then. I mean, on that one. You just know that it's always going to get hit.
Yeah.
That'll happen.
That'd
There's
be
no question.
terrifying
Yeah.
to have that as your backyard.
One thing I should tell you is when I do go up and go, I'm sorry, I'm the one that hit your house. If there's anything, damage, whatever, here's my name and number. Bill Smith.
No,
No,
Bill, Bilski.
Yeah. Doug
Yes, Mike
Sprinthal.
Bilski. Doug Sprinthal.
Give me a call. I'll take care of you.
I'll take care. Just come on down to Flagship Ford.
That was so great running into those women over at they were at the pool over in St. Paul on Sunday. They knew Bilski really well, and they found out that the woman came over because she's a big listener. That was the one I was telling you about.
Yeah.
But they were going. So she said, "Oh, my daughter and her friend are over there. You should come over and say hello." I said, "Yeah, okay." So I walk over to her daughter and I go, "I have to tell you something. This is a private club, and you cannot come if you're a friend of Mike Bilski's." And for about a half a second, she thought I was serious.
She's like, had that like look of fear on her face.
I know you're listening too, sister. Who loves you more than me? But in any case, ladies and gentlemen, what else is going on? Anything else in the news that I should know about? Or we? I mean we.
I mean, people are really gearing up. We got 2 days away from the state fair. That's big talk right now.
Oh, I suppose that's true. Yeah. I'm not much of a state fair guy, actually.
I could see that. I could see you're not that into it. I will go, obviously, on Saturday, and then I think I'm going to go one time next week, maybe Wednesday or Thursday.
Oh, are you one of those people? Because I know some people that go every... Well, you guys know one of my friends. I don't know if I should say who it is or not, but he goes every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He goes to the fair
No.
every day.
That's
it's
not
open.
me. I feel like I go every other year. Well, I bring my friend Eric. Before having the kiddo, I'd bring him every year.
Sure.
But Yeah, I have no interest. Like, and we do like 1 hour, we do like a 2 hour, 3 hour walkabout, get some food, call it a day. I can't do every day. I could never. Oh yeah, and I guess I'm going there for the Dixie Chicks too. For the Chicks.
The Dixie Chicks?
Yeah.
Isn't that an offensive name?
Yeah, I think it's the Chicks now.
The Chicks now, yeah.
No, I mean the Dixie part.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's called the Chicks
Oh,
now.
just the Chick.
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah, they changed
I
it
was
over.
just kidding. So they
Yeah.
actually did drop the name Dixie?
Absolutely, yeah.
A long time ago, too, and I can never remember to say it.
I had no idea they did that. How stupid is that?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh my God, I'm going to drop the Dixie part. There still is a Dixie. I'm sorry, but it's still there.
It still exists.
I bet there is 50 hours of recorded podcast and radio of me making fun of the people that go to the state fair at 4 a.m. on that opening day and that
God.
stand outside and just how they have absolutely no life. And then I dated a girl for about 6 months, and 3 days before the fair, she goes, "Hey, I'm not going to be able to go Thursday. I got to meet my dad at like 4 a.m. So where are you going?" She goes, "Well, we go to the state fair." Wait, you're one of those losers who stands outside the front of the gates at 4 a.m.? She's like, "How dare you?
How dare you?
I have
dare
been
you,
doing this
man.
with my dad since we were little." I was like, "Well, your dad needs to get a life. Dad needs to figure this out." Who are those people?
You were dating one. You
Absolutely.
were inside one for periods
Yes,
of times
did
in your
not
life.
know. Oh.
So you wanted to go with her, and she wanted to go with her dad.
No, I did not want to go. I
you didn't want to go at
refused
all?
Oh, I cannot stand the people that go out there. And the news is out there interviewing these people. You do realize when they open those gates at 5 a.m., the actual fair does not open for another 4 hours.
Is that right?
So you walk around the fair doing what?
God.
Just to say you were the first one in?
It's weird. They always know, but those people always know where the good coffee's at and where good things are at. And it would be nice. You're right, nothing's open. At least you can walk because there's not that many people there. But it's also like, in that case, you might as well go to the fairgrounds like a week before the state fair is open.
Yeah, why wouldn't you just go walk around there when it's not open?
I don't
What's the
know.
difference?
Yeah.
I don't know.
So, and parts of St. Paul, beautiful. So many better places to walk than just around an empty fair.
That's true.
Don't get it.
I didn't mind going to the fair. It was okay. It's not it's very, very crowded.
Yeah.
So people love it. Like I said, some people, I know a guy, one of my best friends goes every day.
We usually, it's funny because you know how you say, oh, you try new foods. Me and my friend Eric are kind of past that. We will normally go get the milkshake from the Dairy Barn, the fried pickles, and then like hamburgers at some point.
Mm-hmm.
But like once you start hitting your like, you know where you're going, your intention groove, it's like we're just paying premium for good food while walking. It's fun, and the more and more I get to know people too, it's fun to run into people you know working and stuff.
Yeah.
That's always a blast.
I guess the last time I was at the fair, I appeared at the fair. I believe it was the last time John Hines was. Where did he finish his career up? Was that CCO?
I thought so.
I think it was CCO, but before he moved to Florida, I was hanging out with him at the fair. He's a very, very nice guy. Now, that's the one thing I will tell you about being in the business, because I like to poke the bear about, radio and television and all that stuff. But I have met some wonderful people, and no doubt about that too.
Yeah.
I just assume people do know that. That's the case.
Yeah.
Well, look, Don Shelby and I have become great friends. See, now there's a good example, ladies and gentlemen, about how you need to shut up and calm down if you're one of those people that do nothing but bitch. Don's in TV. I was in radio, now in podcasting. Don is pretty liberal. I'm semi-conservative, and we get along beautifully. I listen to his... Don Shelby is a very smart man. He's a brilliant man, actually.
Brilliant man who has a beautiful voice.
His voice sucks.
And when me and Rudy were on air with him, we just sat like little children, crisscross applesauce, listening to him tell stories.
Yeah.
He's great.
He pet us each on the head before he left, and we said, yes, Don.
Did he pat you on the head?
Yeah, you would.
I could see
Yeah.
him doing that. I could see him.
His last email to me is just something I'll cherish every word of that email because it's so written in Don Shelby's voice. It's him saying like, "This year's state fair will be great fun. I'm so looking forward to the reconnecting with all of the listeners of the Tom Barnard podcast. However, I must check my itinerary for that day because when one man is married to Barbara Shelby, one man is never fully free. And I'm like, man, this is the most eloquent email I've ever read in my life.
Beautiful.
It's amazing.
And it's like, it makes you realize what trash people we are. Because I'd be like, Rudy, I got to check with Justin. Fart noise.
Yeah,
bleh.
Justin is spelled wrong.
Yeah. Totally.
Ooh, I like it.
Like we're just garbage people living in Shelby's world.
Isn't that weird though when you look at it? Like, I've made really good friends. A couple of my best friends are TV people. You know, I would still consider Paul Majors a friend. I haven't seen him in years and years, and we've had our battles, no question. But, you know, and then there are some people in television that can't stand me and I can't stand them. Well, how does that happen?
They're just people, right? I mean,
But I mean, is it a political thing? What is that?
I don't know. It's cool when you make those connections though, and you realize that like you guys, everybody has a lot in common. I mean, that's Minnesota local, of course.
One thing I will tell you is you should every morning when you wake up, and there are so many things that would be great about it. But the one thing that would be really bad about being Frank Vassalero is you're 6'4", you're very handsome, and you're on TV every day. He can't go anywhere in this 5-state area.
I know.
I mean, that's got to be tough. Once in a while, people are recognizing that stuff, and it's very nice, don't get me wrong. And Frank has never complained about meeting anybody. That's not what I'm saying at all. But well, like I said, I ran into a bunch of people on Saturday and Sunday, very, very nice people, spent some time with them. That part's great.
Yeah.
But Frank, it's everybody who walks by goes, oh, that's Frank Vassalero. I mean, he hears that all the time. Well, just when I've been with him, I've been hearing it. So to be recognized that much has got to be a bitch, I would think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and when we were on with Frank, people asked me, like, what's he like? Is he what? It was so funny because I was like, really? And then he is emceeing a Secondhand Hounds gala, and everyone swoons over Frank. Like, he's coming. Should we, it's just because like you said, he's tall and handsome and very charismatic.
Oh, God, yes. Got a great personality. I mean, especially for a Sicilian.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
for that.
No, Frank's a great guy. But seriously, and Shelby's been dealing with it his whole life as well.
Yes.
And look, I'm not complaining about people recognizing you. That's not what I'm saying at all. It's wonderful when you guys come up and say hello. There's no question about it. But for those guys, it literally is nonstop.
Well, you'd almost feel schizophrenic because I'm sure, too, in Minnesota, a lot of people don't come up. So you're right. Like, it's the, like, whispering.
Oh, a lot of whispering.
You hear, like, Frank, and there's, like, that hard K in there, too. So you'd be like, did he just say my name?
Mm-hmm. Catherine once nailed me with that whole deal, by the way. What the hell was that just now?
I don't know. Our computer in here just went, it's telling me that there is Intel management and security status updates that need to take place.
Oh,
So
good.
why that came up, I have no idea.
Oh, I thought it was the alert that I set that somebody washed out their coffee cup.
that alert will never go off.
They never go
I'm
off.
not going to lie, you guys. Like, a lot of the alarms are very jarring. That literally calmed my soul.
Yeah.
All right.
That's wonderful. What the hell were we talking about just before the coffee cup is clean?
You
alarm?
said something about Catherine.
Oh, somebody was in an argument with somebody. It was on, I think, Lake Harriet, if I remember correctly. It was a few years ago.
Mm-hmm.
But they were arguing, and we were just coming up on them. And one guy turns to the other guy and goes, God, you're such a prick. And Catherine goes, oh, that guy must recognize you.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, thanks, honey. That's really great.
I
great,
mean, that's...
great to be walking with you, sister.
She definitely knows how to put us all in our place.
She's as good as it gets. That's one of the reasons I adore that woman, because she can take a shot. It's phenomenal. She can take punches and throw punches. She's really good.
Yeah.
That whole deal. But, then you two standing together. What are you both, like 7'5"?
Yeah, we're a little tall.
A little taller.
Is Catherine coming to the State Fair?
I don't know. I haven't asked her. I could ask her.
Ask her to come.
Well, that's right. She can get a ticket, can't she?
I mean, you might have to buy her a ticket.
Well, I don't care about buying her a ticket.
Amy dropped some tickets off here yesterday. So,
nice.
Yeah, so everybody will have at least 2 or 3 to be able to get in.
Oh, well, maybe I'll ask her if she does one, because it's only for an hour.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's perfect. She can come party with me. She can party with my mom and Go-Go while we're on air.
Oh, that's a good idea. We'd actually have an audience then, 3 people.
At least 3 people.
That'd be really
well, like
good.
2.5. I don't know how much Go-Go counts.
At 2.5. There you go.
Yeah, that'd be super fun.
No, that'd be wonderful. Yeah, I'll ask. I'll see if Catherine wants to go. I'd love her to come. That'd be wonderful.
Yeah.
Because she'd go around, go out in the audience. Hey, laugh.
Laugh, god dang it.
There you have it. That's the ticket right there. So I'm just looking around. Not a whole lot of big news in the news this morning. You guys know of any stories that you've seen? It's not that big a deal.
Yeah, I saw one today that I thought you might. Oh, did we talk about this one? MMA fighter who lost part of his lung because of vaping.
Oh, yes. I saw that yesterday.
Yeah.
Explain to me why people still smoke and vape. Why don't do that to yourself?
I think it snuck in. There was a time I remember getting my hair done and watching the girl who's getting her hair done next to me vaping. Because for a while, they're like, oh, it's just water vapors. You know what I mean? Like, it snuck in a way that was, like, unregulated. Nobody knew what it was. It was, like, new technology. And I remember being like, weird. Oh, okay. Luckily, I didn't try it because I am, like, the most, addictive personality ever.
It is a red flag for white trash.
Oh, I like that call. That's a good call.
We used to call them robot penises because it cracked me up to just see somebody just nod on a robot penis. But yeah, this MMA fighter who claims to be insanely healthy in every other aspect of their life. Let's see, the vapes of wrath. Even the young and healthy aren't safe from the vape. A New Hampshire fitness fanatic and aspiring MMA fighter had to have part of his lung removed at age 20 after it became freckled with black spots, which he attributed to his chronic e-cigarette use. Mm-hmm. It was really scary because I felt like I'd done it to myself, said Sean Tobin from Manchester. It was years of me just not treating my lungs how it should be treated. My cardio was so good. I was so healthy. And I shouldn't have started vaping.
No.
He started in 2018 when he was just a teen. And he said his vape never left his hand. It was very, very habitual. Yeah. He would use morning till night with occasionally smoking weed and using THC oil. At the height of his addiction, Tobin claimed that he was going through one 5,000 puff disposable vape pen per week. Despite the unhealthy habit, the serial vapor never thought he'd experience adverse effects due to his devotion to fitness, which is really funny because you go, what do those have to do with each other? Like you're
nothing to
attacking your lungs.
Yep.
He reportedly hit the gym up to 7 times a week and was a devoted mixed martial arts practitioner. Unfortunately, Tobin was proven wrong when he experienced stabbing pain while on his way to his job as an electrician apprentice on July 20th. And they look like they're saying initially they thought it was pneumonia, and they had to bring him to urgent care because it got worse throughout the day. And the X-ray revealed the extent of the damage, and now he's going to have part of his lung removed.
Well, that's going to do it. Wally Walker's next.
I thought you were interested, so I kept going. You were like, yeah.
No, I was going, yeah, be quiet. No, it wasn't no. We should know. Actually, people should know that story. Do not inhale vapor into your lungs. That's not good for you.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Popcorn lung is kind of the phrase that they use for it because it doesn't give you cancer, but it gives you like polyps or like white specks on the inside, and it looks like it's popcorn on the inside of your lung.
Ish.
Yeah, well, any of this stuff. I mean, it doesn't take a scientist to know that if you're putting something into your body and when you exhale, some sort of smoke or vapor comes out of it that is filled with nicotine, and then you got it electronically. Yeah. It can't be good for you.
No way. Just before we go to break, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to point out that geniuses that live out there in Eden Prairie. God, who do we know that lives in Eden Prairie? Somebody.
Hey, EP or death.
Do you think we've paid enough for your damn train yet?
We want more money. We want to decorate the thing that's going to be sitting there for 10 more years.
$2.7 billion now.
Mm-hmm. It's beautiful looking.
$2.7 billion.
It's pristine.
But isn't that for Eden Prairie, St. Louis Park, and what's the other one it goes through?
I would think
Excelsior?
Bloomington? The way it loops?
Is
no.
it part of Bloomington?
I don't even know
I don't know
where
how
it
it
loops
loops.
to. I just don't drive by it every day. It's right next to the Lifetime.
Right.
And at 212. And it's just beautiful. They like decorated the side of it.
Oh, they decorated
and
it.
it's
even though
still
it's been
very
sitting
clean because a train has never been on it.
Sure.
in 5 years.
So I just look at it and go, will I ever be able to take that? It'd be awesome. I wonder if I would use it. Like,
I doubt it. Ain't gonna be nothing different than who's on the thing downtown.
I don't know, but I
Gonna
do.
be a bunch of thuggy pains in the ass.
I take the bus still once in a while.
Nothing wrong with the bus, is there? Or do
No.
they get rough on there?
No.
It depends on which bus.
Well, I suppose that's
What's nice about the bus is there's always a driver. Like, if there's something going on, the drivers on the Minneapolis bus are not taking your crap.
good. Glad
But
to
like
hear
on
it.
the light rail, you don't see the driver, so it's like it could just be you.
Oh, yeah.
So there's like, but I'll take the light rail. I don't care. Can't tell me what to do.
Don't talk to me about it. A much anticipated agreement to close an estimated $272 million shortfall. How do you design something and go, here's the price? I was off by over $250 million. Sorry.
Oh wait, we need tracks.
What?
Like they forgot like some big element.
How could you be off by $272 million?
Tom, I don't know. Us Eden Prairyites, we're beautiful people. We're like obviously gorgeous. Are we known for our mathematics? No.
Yeah, because what you told me just doesn't add up. Thank you very much. Great to be here.
Hey-o.
Anyway, I have a question for you.
Yes, sir.
Who designed the roads in Eden Prairie?
No idea.
Okay, now if you're going to go from 169 to the shopping mall, just take the 3 pretzel twists. They like pretzel. It's like, you go this
I
way, and then you go up over here. What the hell?
It reminds me a lot of Boston. Like, because
Yeah, I could see that.
Eden Prairie used to kind of just be like this like farming community way out there, as was parts of Bloomington, but luckily Bloomington put everything on a grid.
Yeah.
Boston, if you look at a map of Boston, they did not put it on a grid. It's not north, south, east, west like we have here in Minneapolis. They basically paved over the donkey paths. That's exactly what Eden Prairie did.
Thank you.
Probably.
So it is just, it's all sorts of windy roads and turns, and then nobody ever thought of like, hey, let's just put these things, straight. That's it. No.
Straight to be good.
Yeah.
No, you're 1,000% right. Also, can we acknowledge that like Eden Prairie is the weirdest shaped city where you're like, we're still in Eden Prairie. This
Yeah.
is still Eden. Like
That's true, yeah.
it's just, I think you're right. Like it must have been a population thing where they grabbed people that were, it was like farmland.
Yeah.
And it was like, we have to hit this amount for a population. They're like, add more land. Eden Prairie is insane.
Yeah.
But I love
No.
it.
Well, yeah, I mean, you got Wildfire, which is great. I am going to eat at Hong Kong at the Asian Mall one of these days. I love the Asian Mall over
I'll
there.
go with you, even
It's
if you don't invite me.
fantastic. Yeah, you always do that. Hey, who's that over there? Oh, it's Brittany again.
Hey,
She's hanging out in the shadows.
EP, if you go to EP, I expect a call from either one of you, or throw me a text. I'll show up. Usually it's me and Gogo. We're just walking around EP all the time.
Have you ever had the roast beef and mashed potato dinner at Wildfire?
No, but ever since you've mentioned it, I've been wanting it. But I do feel like it's got to cool off a little.
It's about as big as this table. It's one problem. It's like, holy Christ.
Right?
It's a lot of chow, man.
I would eat that.
It's delicious, though.
Nice.
It's really good. There's a lot of good places in Eden Prairie, actually.
It's fine. I like Eden Prairie, and I'm getting to
Yep.
like it more with the all the kids stuff that we have, and we bike to Miller Park. And they've got like a fun splash pad. I definitely took some getting used to. I loved living in Minneapolis a lot, and so going from Bryn Mawr to Eden Prairie felt a bit lonely for a while.
Sure.
But as GoGo is like using the kids' stuff, and we're going to the community center and all the things they have, I'm liking it more.
How did you ever get used to people not breaking into your house, though, when you moved to Eden Prairie?
I asked my neighbors to just come in freely. So Josie comes in daily to see the cat.
Feel right at
Priscilla
home.
comes in. Yeah.
She has Justin to do it every now and again
Yeah.
when she's in the mood.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, God.
Holy Christ. Did you guys see the video of that shooting thing on Chicago and Franklin?
No.
Holy Christ, it looks like there were 20 people there,
That's
and they're running in
terrifying.
different directions. They're falling down, hitting their face on, I don't know what, because there were, eight people shot, I believe?
Yeah.
I mean, you should see the video. These people
Really?
are
I don't know if I
scrambling in every
wanna.
direction. Yeah, probably not. That's probably clear thinking right there. It's the first time I've ever said that you're a clear
Write it
thinker.
down.
Write down the date. What's
Write
the
down
date?
date and time.
Here we got August 22nd, 7:50. We need to take a break because Kristyn Burtt is hanging in, wants to talk to us about Hollywood BS. You know what I'm saying?
Woo.
I'm so happy to welcome back our longtime friend, Sabre Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, to the show. I've known Steve, the owner, for many years, and I completely trust Sabre to keep my house comfortable. Why? Sabre does everything the right way, and they always put the customer first, and that's a fact, by the way. I love the team at Sabre because their service experts are experienced NATE certified technicians. They're not salespeople. Their pricing is completely upfront, and they fix only what needs to be fixed, nothing more. Sabre is dedicated to giving customers what they need, when they need it, and at the fair price. Keeping your family safe and comfortable without breaking the bank. Give Sabre Heating and Air Conditioning a try. I know they'll take care of you just like they've taken care of me and my family. Whether you need a new Bryant furnace or air conditioner replaced, or just simply need a service call to get you going again, go to saberheating.com. That's S-A-B-R-E heating.com. Sabre and Bryant, whatever it takes.
Hello, I'm Brad Huckle, President and Chief Lending Officer at North American Banking Company.
And I'm Michael Bilski, CEO at North American Banking Company.
As a locally owned and operated community bank, we work with many multi-generational businesses.
Take Personal Care Dentistry of Roseville, for example. Dr. Walter Hunt, also known as Painless to me, has been a longtime customer of the bank since we opened the bank in 1998.
When his son Kyle was ready to join the practice, they wanted to expand quickly.
With their additional space and equipment, they now are able to see more patients each day while providing the same level of care and service.
Okay, guys, I'll take it from here. If you run a family business or any kind of business for that matter, you should be banking with Brad and Mike over at North American Banking Company. Every time I deal with them or their team, I know I'm working with experienced professional bankers. So why not bank with my banker? North American Banking Company, a better banking experience, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Hi, this is Tom Barnard here for Power Lodge and Miller Marine. Attention all power sports enthusiasts. This August, we invite you to celebrate with Power Lodge as we hit a major milestone, 25 years of bringing action and excitement to Minnesota as your go-to destination for all things marine and power sports. Each of our locations will host a local community appreciation day. Join us in Brainerd, Ramsey, Onamia, or Sauk Rapids as we roll out the red carpet with delicious food, amazing prizes, fantastic giveaways, and unbeatable special pricing. We'll be raffling off a variety of Polaris ATVs and snowmobiles. Check out powerlodge.com for event dates nearest you. Throughout August, we've got something special planned. Follow us on social media as we unveil 25 days of deals on the latest off-road and on-road vehicles, boats, and supplies from the top brands in power sports. That's right, 25 days of back-to-back incredible offers. You won't want to miss this. So mark your calendars and get in on the action during our 25th anniversary. Power Lodge, where your adventure begins.
Do you know the secret to losing up to 1 pound of fat every day? Hi, I'm Dr. Adam Schatzko with mnfatloss.com, and I know the secret. Our unique weight loss program makes it easy to lose weight, get healthy, and get your energy back naturally, safely, and effectively. If you'd like to lose unhealthy fat without counting points, no exercising, no prepackaged meals, no surgery, and no hypnosis, go online to mnfatloss.com.
Tom here for mnfatloss.com. As you may know, I started the program earlier this year for 60 days, then spent several weeks in the maintenance phase, and now I'm back on the program. I've lost 30 pounds, and I feel great. I don't have to exercise. I eat delicious real food, and I'm not hungry. I recommend the program to anyone wanting to lose weight.
Many patients lose 20 to 30 pounds in about a month or two. For your free private weight loss consultation, call 763-312-7600 or schedule online at mnfatloss.com. That's mnfatloss.com.
Dr. Adam Schatzko, D.C. Results may vary.
We are back, ladies and gentlemen. And now, time for the lovely and talented Kristyn Burtt.
Good morning.
Why were you smiling when I said lovely and talented and hadn't said your name yet?
Well, deductive reasoning.
I could come in. Do you want me to come in with my RBF?
Your RBF, yes. Resting.
I don't have a good RBF, actually.
No, you don't. Your RBF is terrible.
It's not very good. Yeah.
You know what RBF is?
I'm usually like this, you know.
Just in a great mood always.
I'm usually in a really good mood. And if I'm in a bad mood, you know it because I'm very quiet. So if I'm super quiet, watch out.
I think the only time you can tell if I'm in a bad mood because I go.
That sounds like my cat.
I start growling like a dog.
You get quiet.
I do get very quiet when I'm pissed off. That is true.
I have seen Tom in rooms where people are unaware he is mad, and I know.
Gotta watch out for that.
Yeah, I'm not good at being angry. I will be honest with you. It's true.
It's okay.
No, I have no poker face. I think that's like the one thing. You know, when I'm happy, mad, sad, really easy to read.
Could you tell me, am I lame because I like that song, Poker Face?
No.
I love that song.
That sounds
great.
It's a good song.
Poker face, papa.
Nah. It's like, really? That your kind of music, is it, Tom?
That's a good song.
It is a good song. It's a really good song.
My friend choreographed for Gaga during that era and said it was a blast.
Oh, I bet.
I would
It
imagine.
was a really amazing time.
We do not have a podcast today, by the way, because Andy's got a bunch of doctor's appointments, so you don't have to worry about that. I don't know if he called you or not.
Catherine told us a couple weeks ago.
Oh, she did already. Okay,
yeah.
good.
Mm-hmm. Yep, she prepped us.
So I just wanted to make sure that you were going, where are they now?
Me sitting here like in StreamYard by myself in a little box.
That would be a lot of fun, no question about it.
No, it's on my calendar. So, yeah, Catherine, I think, told us about a month ago. It's been a while.
I want to read this story, and I've been waiting to do it with you because I don't want to spend a lot of time because it's way too sad for me because this beautiful young girl, well, 19, she was a woman. She wasn't a girl anymore. And her name is Jory Jones, 19, of Little Canada. Was a goalie for the Gustavus hockey team, won a national title this year. She was part of a group of players who had spent the weekend in South Dakota. Gustavus athlete who died in crash, known for work ethic and character. What a sad story, and that's as much of it as I can even. What a horrible story this is.
Yeah, I read that this morning, and my cousin was one of the former goalies of the women's Gustavus team. And she had posted a nice little tribute just saying, I remember helping you or talking to you when you were like 12 and helping her like in goalie school. And what a terrible, terrible story.
That's why I can't read the whole thing. I can't do it.
Yeah.
It's just, to me, I'm sorry, but a 19-year-old kid is still a kid to me.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
A baby at 19, but just enthusiasm, brilliant, beautiful, sweet, the whole deal. I never met her, but they just showed a lot of video of her. So God bless the family. And again, that's an example of what I'm talking about. You can sit and piss and moan about how I'm a victim, I'm a this. Well, you ain't going through this, so shut up.
No, yeah, it's perspective.
Really is. So anyway, let's cheer things up now with Kristyn Burtt, who has got a big smile on her face now. She didn't during the story, but she does now, so that's good.
Well, yeah, I didn't want to say
Nope.
that story was terribly sad.
And with the video, it's worse. Because she's so happy. Oh, God.
She reminds me of, my nanny girl, Brookie. Just so beautiful.
But here, I'll change gears like this. Okay, you ready? Out in Brittany's neighborhood, they're now going to finally finish the light rail they've been working on for, I believe, 150 years. I think it was before the Civil War they started. They're going to finish it. It's only going to cost $2.7 billion for about 3 feet. So that's good.
Nice.
Jesus. Money grubber.
The infrastructure everywhere should have been done 60 years ago.
It should have.
Ago.
It's true.
Same with Los Angeles. I mean, we've had light rails put in, but I mean, the cost now to do it is astronomical. And people are so accustomed to their cars at this point. You know, it's such a car culture in LA. It's really hard sometimes to get people to change their habits.
Kristyn Burtt, I need your help with this. Catherine and I both need your help with this. Because Lindsay Basham, Ralph and Lindsay Basham, I don't know if you've met them or not.
I had coffee with them in LA.
I thought you did.
Yes.
That's why I thought.
They came out to see me, not their family, me.
Of course.
Of course they did.
Okay.
Yes.
Now we're talking.
During COVID times, too. It was very nice.
So Lindsay recommended a show called Fisk to us. It's an Italian show. Kitty, what's her name? Kitty. I can't remember.
Oh, yeah. I forget.
Australian, isn't it Australian?
It's Australian, yep.
Is it Italian, yeah.
She is
Flanagan.
Yeah, Kitty Flanagan. That's exactly who it is. There's only 6 episodes in the first season. The show is very funny. Maybe not for everybody, but I think it would be. Catherine and I both just love it. We think she is terrific in it. Her attitude, oh, good, this is happening again. It's one of those deals.
And she's already defeated every day, always.
Yes, exactly.
It's so good. My mom wasn't feeling good this last week, and I said, here are your 2 options. Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, which is like over the top silly, or Fisk, which is like dry humor.
Oh,
I was
God,
like,
is that show good?
Pick one, because she was just bumming. And so she picked Fisk, and she was like, yeah, that's my jam.
It's great.
She said she had a blast with it.
Now, there is a season 2 and a season 3, from what I understand, but I can't find them. They were on Netflix, I guess, like 2 years ago during the epidemic or something, or the pandemic, or whatever the hell they call it this week.
Just wait, because Fisk is trending, and I bet if Netflix doesn't own them all, they'll eventually grab them all.
Or they'll turn up somewhere else.
Exactly.
Yeah, if another streamer will snab it. So
We've only got 2 left. We watched 4 of the 6. We only got 2 left, and they better put it back. Everybody in it is good. Everybody. It's a really, really funny show. If you've not seen it.
Yeah, I love sharp comedies too.
Yep. And she's tough as nails. She's just people are constantly driving her nuts, which I love.
Yeah. Love.
She wears the same outfit every day. She's got a brown pantsuit, I guess is what that is, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like brown on brown, brown. And then they told her to wear color, and she does. And everyone's like, what are you wearing?
What are you wearing that for?
It's so funny.
Give it a whirl.
From the uniform.
I'm not kidding you. Give it a whirl. If you have not seen Fisk, Fisk, she is, the whole show is great. Everybody in it's really good.
Yeah.
But she is a superstar in that thing.
Very funny. I do have to ask, because I haven't done any research on this at all, but I did see that there was a big shakeup in the music world, Kristyn.
Yes, there is. And it's sort of, Tom's going to die, but it is Taylor adjacent, this story, because Scooter Braun, who's probably been the biggest music manager in the industry, has represented Justin Bieber. He's the one who really put Justin Bieber on the map. He has Ariana Grande, we'll talk about this in a moment, but Ariana Grande, Demi Lovato, and it's one of those situations. Yesterday, kind of out of the blue, it was revealed that Demi Lovato parted ways with Scooter. They said it was amicable, no big deal. But this comes on the heels of rumors that Justin Bieber has also left his management fold. Now, Justin has said, no, I'm still with Scooter, but people are saying he is shopping for other managers. And then late last night, there were reports from Puck News that said, hey, Ariana Grande has already left as well. And if you have 3 major talents, A-list talents, leaving Scooter Braun, it makes people question, like, what's going on behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Which seems really unusual. And you have to remember, this comes on the heels of he got a divorce. He, bought Taylor Swift's music library, and she had sort of no say in all of this, and he had control of it. And she went and started to re-record all of her albums. He's been painted as a villain for quite some time right now. So it makes people really curious as to what's going on.
And what are they postulating?
Right now, nothing. Like, there has literally been no reasoning as to why this is happening. And especially with Justin saying, like, hey, no, I'm still with Scooter. But other sources are saying he's been taking meetings all over town with other music management companies. So that stuff is really hard to hide. And Ariana Grande, interestingly enough, besides her whole cheating scandal that's been going on,
right,
she does have a major situation where she will be the next 2 years promoting Wicked. Sitting there playing Galinda. This is kind of a big deal because this will be 2 major years in her career. So for her to leave Scooter, the timing is very curious.
Yeah, it seems like there's something behind the scenes for sure.
Yeah, it makes me think, I'm like, is there something financial going on? Is he dismantling his management company? But he still has, other talent in the fold. I know he represents Dan and Shay. They're still with them. Tori Kelly. So until we hear otherwise, it's really something to keep our eye on.
So current manager, did he skim on him or something? Was he pilfering?
We don't know that yet. I mean, that would be my first assumption, that I would think of.
Always.
But let's just clarify, that has not been confirmed. Okay. That is just a rumor and things like that. So we will have to see how this plays out. But this could be a really big shakeup if it all plays out the way it's been unfolding. And this has been unfolding kind of late at night. Puck News, which is amazing industry news. Matt Maloney's been talking about it. And, of course, Scooter's like, no, they're still with me. But other sources are telling Matt Maloney, oh, no, a big shakeup is happening right now.
The guy's name is Matt Maloney?
Matt Maloney, Belloni.
No, sorry. Wouldn't that be Bologna? N-I-A?
Bologna. No, I is the end.
Oh, there's no A at the end. Oh,
there's no A at the end, yeah.
The guy's
Bologna.
name is My Baloney.
Matt Bologna.
My Baloney.
Do people still eat bologna?
Oh,
Is
yeah.
that still a thing?
I've told this story before that I deer hunt with a guy who takes white bread and then squirts ketchup on it and then puts bologna and then folds it over like a hot dog and lets the white bread soak up all the ketchup. Could you imagine? It sits in his deer stand for 6 hours and then he eats it before he gets out.
She's going to vomit.
I can't, you guys.
It's the grossest thing I've ever seen.
He's going to hurl.
That is so gross.
It's awful.
I'm horrified.
I am in a situation where I am so mad at my husband because he's going to make me turn into a gross person because I remember like last week we were talking about hot dogs on the grill and I was like, I'm buying hot dogs. I bought hot dogs, bought buns. And then he ate all the buns. So now we're left with just a bunch of hot dogs.
Yeah.
And like,
Put it in your mac and cheese.
no, I just want a hot dog on a bun on a grill. And my husband is a carbaholic. And he was out of his bread, so he ate the buns, slow and steady.
What do you have on the buns?
He puts peanut butter on them.
Oh, delicious.
I hate peanut butter.
How do you hate crunchy, super crunchy?
You know what? There is something, I don't know if I don't have like a peanut allergy, but there's something about the smell of peanut butter. It makes me gag to the point like I'm almost throwing up.
All of it?
And weirdly enough, my brother has it and my father.
Weird.
None of us eat peanut
So it's
butter.
your dad's fault.
It is my dad's fault. So there's some weird like gag reflex to peanut butter.
Well, I'll be honest with you, Kristyn. I've never admitted this to anyone, but I'll admit it to you right in front of everyone. I love crunchy, super crunchy peanut butter. Cannot stand creamy peanut butter.
Oh,
Isn't that
crunchy
weird?
sounds delicious. Well, it's a texture thing too.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know, like smooth
Crunchy's
peanut butter.
so good.
Oh, crunchy.
Yeah, crunchy sounds delicious.
It's like
compared to like
It's like you're just eating a handful of peanuts. It's so good.
Handful of what?
I said what I said.
I said what I said, brother.
Robot penis.
I can't even listen to this. I can't even like clean peanut butter off a knife. My husband doesn't bring it in
Really?
the house. Yeah, but my ex-boyfriend would eat peanut butter all the time, and I'd be like, I can't even get near the sink because I'm gonna throw up.
Because of the
in
smell.
sink. The smell, something just makes me want to throw up.
Really? I wonder
Yeah.
why that. It's just peanut smell, isn't it?
And I can eat like a handful of peanuts. I can't eat peanut butter.
I wonder, what do they add
Make
to it?
make-
It's got to be
Make it
something.
make sense.
Is it too oily?
It's the smell, so I don't know
smell.
what it is. Because fresh roasted peanuts, like if you walk into like a store that has fresh roasted peanuts, I'm okay with that. So there's something about the consistency of peanut butter.
You know, it's really kind of weird because I like, in certain dishes, I like sauerkraut, but I smell it and I go, why the hell would you eat that? It smells horrible.
Sauerkraut.
I do
I
too.
love anything pickled.
Especially fried sauerkraut. My grandmother used to fry up sauerkraut with like little, oh God, it was good.
Oh, it's so good.
Delicious.
A little like a dumpling and then put a little bit of whatever the meat is in there and she would cook it. Oh God, was that good.
I'm going through like a hardcore pickle phase right now. And Justin's getting pissed because I have like 5 different containers of pickles in the fridge, but they all have different vibes.
Yeah.
And so I feel like I just have to, and he's like, "Didn't you just finish one? Why do you have so many?" And I'm like, well, that's bread and butter. That one I get at Costco. That one I get at Trader Joe's. Like, I just.
Do you do pickle salsa?
Oh, it's
the pickle de gallo?
so good.
Pickle
Always
de
have that in my
gallo.
fridge.
That's so
It's
good.
actually called pickle de gallo.
Pickle de gallo, and it's made with pickles, and it is the most delicious thing you will put on your tortilla.
It's really
Why don't
good.
they just call it pico de gallo? That's what it was originally called.
Because it's pickles.
Pickles, yeah.
I thought-
Not
but
pico. Yeah.
What's
It's
the
pickle
difference?
de gallo.
So what's
It's
in
chopped
pico?
up pickles with like tomatoes and
Right.
onions, like a salsa, but it's pickle de gallo.
What's pico de gallo made from?
Tomato.
Tomatoes.
Oh, it's all tomato? I thought there was pickles in that too for some reason.
No.
Oh no.
Oh, I didn't know.
Onions,
I got no idea.
garlic.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why I don't eat it.
Yeah. Pickle de gallo is delicious.
It's so good.
And I will drink pickle juice straight out of the jar. So that's my gross
Whoa,
habit.
okay.
Oh, now love pickles.
Earl.
Hate dill pickled chips. I don't like the consistency.
Terrible.
I don't like them either.
Terrible.
But there was the only beer I've ever brought back to a bar is Wooden Ship Brewing in South Minneapolis has a dill pickle beer.
Ish.
And somebody was like, you should try it. It's pretty good. I bought it, took one sip, walked right back up. I said, you guys can you might as well just throw this keg in the river. So gross. This is terrible. And she's like, we've had a few complaints. I'm like, well, then get rid of it. Why is it still on your menu?
I don't love
it's
that.
terrible. All their other beers are amazing, but this is the one, and I've never seen it back on the menu. One keg and it was done.
I don't like beer. I bet I would love it.
Oh,
I like anything dill. Dill pickle seasoning that Trader Joe's sells. I put it on everything.
Yeah.
And dill pickle popcorn, dill pickle chips.
Do you ever get they have in the fridge, it's like a flash dried or flash free out frozen, the flakes you can put in the fridge. And so that's a bunch of dill that's really fresh.
Oh, no.
It's really good.
That sounds delicious.
Highly recommend.
I'm going to go look for it.
You guys are cracked, all of you.
No.
I love dill pickle. I've got a good little Minneapolis Hollywood story for you guys.
Yes, give it to us.
Goes back to the Peanuts, which I love. So, Charles Schultz, we know he's no longer here, but his son, Craig, is trying to get another Peanuts movie made because the last time they did it was 2015. And when Disney bought 20th Century Fox, they dismantled Blue Sky Studios, which did the final Peanuts movie, obviously 8 years ago. But because the Snoopy show on Apple TV Plus is doing so well, it has 3 seasons, and they've done a couple of Snoopy specials called Snoopy Presents. There's sort of renewed interest in the Peanuts, and he's trying to find the perfect studio and the perfect streamer to do a feature-length film with the Peanuts.
You just depressed the hell out of me.
Oh, no.
You know why?
Why?
Because it was 8 years ago when he was in studio over at the Q. It seems like that was 2 years ago.
That's so cool, though, that you had that
8 years
experience.
But maybe you can get Craig in, because this would be such a fun top.
He did come in the studio.
Okay, well, let's get him.
We could get Craig back on the show.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
I think it'd be really interesting because the story of what Disney did, I mean, they just completely, they had Blue Sky Studios, completely dismantled it once they bought over 20th Century Fox, and they did such incredible work. And he's trying to figure out who can go and do the next feature-length film, but he's got to find the right animators for it.
Did you know that Charles Schultz's house has been sold, but it still has the characters painted on the walls of it?
That's so cool.
How cool is that?
I hope no one ever destroys that. One of my favorite things was seeing all the Peanuts characters around St. Paul.
Oh, God, yes. Minneapolis and St. Paul, actually. They're both.
I loved it.
I know.
It made me so happy. The place I used to go for all of my beauty things was in St. Paul, and there was a little Lucy on the corner. It was really cute.
Yeah, it's
Lucy.
adorable.
No, look, I didn't even know, obviously, for most of my childhood that Charles Schultz was even from St. Paul, Minnesota. But when I did find out, I was like, oh, my God. It made the place much more special to me.
Yeah, of course.
It really did.
It's such a good
Peanuts.
childhood memory. And I think unless parents are introducing the Peanuts to their kids, I'm not necessarily sure there's an awareness of them in the same way like when we were growing up.
Yeah, what age is that Snoopy show even for on Apple TV?
Honestly, I think you could do probably preschool.
Because I wonder what the vibe is on that, because they've done so many iterations of it. It'd be cool to look into that. I'll have to look into that. Yeah, it looks very young.
Lies, all lies.
It's so cute.
But it's only Snoopy, so they haven't brought the other characters back. So maybe Apple TV Plus will fund it. They've got a lot of money in their coffers.
It looks like their other characters are in there. It says that, they're present in the show.
But not the way a Peanuts movie would be focused around Charlie Brown.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah. This is the core focus is Snoopy.
Okay, let's stop talking about this because I just got a text message from somebody I might know who said, are they talking about you and Catherine? Because you got Lucy is very Catherine-like, and I'm a loser like Charlie Brown. Gee, thank you.
Does Lucy take away your football?
Yeah.
Take away the football.
This was kind of on my radar. They had, the football thing is so rough.
It is phenomenal.
They have one-of-a-kind Marcy. Did you see this, Kristen? It's a spin-off of Marcy, the character from Snoopy, and the whole concept of it is talking about how the girl with the glasses and the bangs, they just came out with this, I think yesterday. Quiet, kind-hearted, introvert Marcy has a lot of brilliant ideas to help her friends achieve her goals. So it's the idea of the introvert it's pretty cute. I think you got to watch the trailer for it.
I'm gonna have to. That's so great.
I saw
I think they have the ability to do what Sesame Street does, of like tapping into the nostalgia, because Sesame Street does these great social media clips that'll play off of something in pop culture. I think the Peanuts could do it too.
Totally.
All right. Well, now that you said something nice, I was going to make a joke about Peppermint Patty and Morrissey living together, but I guess now you know
Way
what.
to
Never
go.
mind. I'm not going to go down that.
There's anything wrong
too.
with that.
Listen, it's fine. Listen, they all got older. They both drive Subarus. They have a community garden. It's totally fine. They both love the WNBA. Just saying.
See?
Never mind. All right.
And Bert and Ernie, I mean, these characters were very contemporary, all living together.
They're just
doing their
just
thing.
expensive rent, you guys.
I know. It's expensive to live on Sesame Street. It's a coveted address.
It is.
It all works out in the end.
I think so.
I'm hoping. All right. Well, we'll just keep moving forward with life. That's all I have to say.
Yeah. And if you need some help, you can always get a psychologist for a nickel. So that's always nice.
5 cents.
Oh my gosh, mental health is so affordable.
Which is
It's
rare.
so
Indeed.
affordable in your Charlie Brown's neighborhood.
Unlike everything else in the world now.
Yeah.
True.
All right, young lady, a brilliant report. Usually she will be on, but again, for people that maybe just tuned in or started streaming or whatever, well, there will be no podcast today because Andy's got a whole bunch of tests being done today. Nothing, earth-shattering. He's just having his, I guess booking a physical right now is a bitch. You can't get in.
Oh, I mean, all that stuff is insane. Yeah, I think I have an appointment in 2024 at some point to look at my
Exactly.
vagina. I don't even know. It's like, it's so far booked out.
Come to California. You can get one in a couple weeks.
I just can't afford it.
It's so expensive.
You're fine. Don't worry about a thing. All right?
Done.
We'll talk to you tomorrow, sister.
See you tomorrow morning.
Thanks a lot. Ladies and gentlemen, Kristyn Burtt with us, if you know what I'm saying. We'll take a break, be right back. Another beauty. Can we call Egert a beauty?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, we'll call him.
He definitely waves like a beauty queen.
He does. That's very true. I really have to say I'm feeling great, and I have to give credit to mnfatloss.com. After going on the program this spring, I'm nearly at my ultimate weight loss goal. I think I got 19 pounds to go, something like that. There is no shame in gaining weight as we get a little bit older, but I think you'd feel better, more energetic, and feel better in your clothing. A reset like mnfatloss.com could be the answer for you, just like it has been for me. I'm not even worried about temptations like the state fair. I'm not hungry. I don't crave carbs or sugar. It's very important. Cravings can be a bitch, man. If you want to find out the secret to losing 20 to 30 pounds in just 8 weeks, that's about a pound of fat every day, no exercise required. To schedule your free consultation, go to mnfatloss.com. That's mnfatloss.com. Results may vary. Be sure to tell the team at mnfatloss.com that Tom Barnard sent you. I'm here talking with my friends Michael Bilski and Brad Huckle of North American Banking Company. Guys, it seems like banking has changed quite a bit since you first opened your doors in 1998.
Yes and no. In 98, we didn't have online and mobile banking like we do today. Many banking processes have also changed. One thing that hasn't changed is we still provide a true community bank experience right here in the Twin Cities.
Our team takes the time to get to know our customers and their goals. This creates a relationship that is unique in banking today and one our customers appreciate. It's why we like to say, we provide a better banking experience.
You're absolutely right, Brad. I've been a customer for a long time. The service your team provides is phenomenal.
Thanks, Tommy.
So why not bank with my banker, North American Banking Company, a better banking experience, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hi, I'm Mike Bryant, and I'm driving my car safely and legally communicating on my phone. Minnesota law allows a driver to use their cell phone to make calls, text, listen to music or podcasts, and get directions by voice command or single-touch activation without holding your phone. Violations are very expensive.
The National Safety Council reports that cell phone use while driving leads to 1.6 million crashes per year, and nearly 400,000 injuries are caused by texting and driving. Not surprising, since 4 seconds with your eyes off the road is like driving the length of a football field blindfolded. And research shows that just 2 seconds increases the risk of an accident up to 24 times. Texting may only take a second, but it can end your life or ruin it forever. Please, drive safely and stay alive.
Find Bradshaw and Bryant, personal injury attorneys at minnesotapersonalinjury.com.
Bradshaw and Bryant.
Hi, this is Tom Barnard here for Power Lodge and Miller Marine. Attention all power sports enthusiasts. This August, we invite you to celebrate with Power Lodge as we hit a major milestone, 25 years of bringing action and excitement to Minnesota as your go-to destination for all things marine and power sports. Each of our locations will host a local community appreciation day. Join us in Brainerd, Ramsey, Onamia, or Sauk Rapids as we roll out the red carpet with delicious food, amazing prizes, fantastic giveaways, and unbeatable special pricing. We'll be raffling off a variety of Polaris ATVs and snowmobiles. Check out powerlodge.com for event dates nearest you. Throughout August, we've got something special planned. Follow us on social media as we unveil 25 days of deals on the latest off-road and on-road vehicles, boats, and supplies from the top brands in power sports. That's right, 25 days of back-to-back incredible offers. You won't want to miss this. So mark your calendars and get in on the action during our 25th anniversary. Power Lodge, where your adventure begins. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. What movie was it? Because I'm trying to think of the movie, but I can't think of the movie. As I look at the screen and I say, let me tell you a story about another loser. What movie was that from? Was it The Jerk?
Maybe.
Let me tell you the story of another loser.
That does sound like that would be in the vein of The Jerk, for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. It does
Very
feel like
funny.
The Jerk, but I'm not sure.
Animal House?
Maybe. Might have been Animal House.
I've seen Animal House a million times. I don't remember that being.
It's
in
definitely saying Animal House.
I think it was Animal House. I think it was at the fraternity.
Oh yeah, when they're showing all the new recruits. Yeah, there you go. In fact, actually, I think this might be it. Hang on, let's see.
Well, let me tell you the story of another loser.
Yeah. Flounder.
You gotta keep that.
Tom.
Flounder.
Your brain is so weird.
We gotta keep that. It was somebody make some asinine comment. Let me tell you the story of another loser.
So fun. It's so weird that you remember that line verbatim.
Oh, geez, I would love to say that to somebody someday. I really would. And him going down the couch. And this is Billy, and it's Frank, Jug Dish. Yeah, the guy's name is Jug Dish.
Pinto.
Pinto, yes, exactly. That's still, they said, there was just a big story on the national news about Animal House and how it did change going to college for about 20 years. That a lot of people saw that movie Animal House and approached college in a much different way and said, look, I'm not going to sit around just studying all the time and busting my ass. I got to have some fun too.
Sure.
And it was all driven by Animal House, I guess. I thought that movie was phenomenal.
So how's your new freshman handling this?
Yeah.
You know what's funny? You bring that up because I actually texted him on Sunday night.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know, I'm proud of you. You guys work hard. I know what you're doing is difficult. I did tell him to have some fun though. Like that was my advice.
You gotta, yep.
I said you gotta find a time. You know, don't have too much fun, but like this is supposed to be the most fun time of your life.
Yep.
So I tried to, you know, I might regret that. He usually doesn't have any problem finding fun.
You know, it's so amazing too. It's like, I just want to tell every like 20-year-old or, you know, at that 18, it's like, sleep isn't that, like, you don't need it that much.
No.
Like, just go have fun. The things I like wish I would have just accepted that, like, yeah, you'll figure out the sleep thing later. You'll fall asleep in weird spots. It's fine.
Yeah.
Just go do the things.
You might fall asleep right in the middle of your own newscast one day.
I've seen it happen. And usually it's New Year's Day when somebody's been up all night.
I've had it happen where I was like listening to my partner and not like fall asleep, but do that like leg twitch thing where you know you're about to fall asleep. I'd be like, and like jolt yourself back.
Did anyone notice?
No, it hasn't been on camera, thank God. But when I was working in Seattle, one of the main anchor ladies was caught on camera. Like it was at 10 o'clock at night news, which also is like very tiring, you know, for being there that late at night. And they kind of cut to her accidentally, and she was just kind of doing one of these things.
Oh,
like just like that.
Yeah.
So funny.
Ladies and gentlemen, news brought to you by Mr. Money Talk, Josh Arnold. Call Josh for your free 48-minute financial evaluation. Bringing you Chris Egert, of course, whom I wake up every morning looking at Chris Egert. Not because we're in the sack together, but he's on TV.
Mm-hmm. How horrid.
It's horrid. That's how I start every day with a horrid view of you.
He's just
Sorry.
But Tom has his TV in his bed.
Yes, I do. It's right in
Lays
the
next
bed.
to it, yeah.
And it's a 55-inch
It's always kind of
screen.
weird when people do say, I'm watching in bed this morning. I'm kind of like, oh. And then because part of me is like, oh, I'm so happy for you that you're laying in bed watching TV. Like, oh my God, I wish I was laying in bed right now.
With
Yes.
Tom.
Oh, well.
I don't think I said that, but
I didn't hear it. I didn't hear that part. So, you know. But yeah, I just, I start every day now. I tune you guys in. I literally tune in Fox for about 30 seconds, CNN for about 30 seconds. That's all I can take. And then I watch the news with you guys every morning now. I have a new routine.
I'm glad that we're part of your routine.
Hannah was on set this morning. I saw her.
Yep. Hannah's the best. She still is the best.
Oh, she must be in the room.
No, she's not actually.
Oh, she's
But
not.
it's funny. I saw a minivan commercial or something today, and I asked her if they're thinking about getting a minivan because they've got the little one at
Little
home.
baby.
And,
Yep.
Brittany, have you guys made the transition to a more baby-friendly vehicle?
No, we went crazy. So when we were searching needed a bigger vehicle, I still look at those minivans and go, that would be lovely. Like the fact that the kid can get in and out of it. We went with a giant vehicle. We ended up getting an Escalade. And to this day, I'm like, every time I'm putting in that car seat and climbing through that like car, I'm like, why did we do this? And then I see the little button they put, like, minivans look amazing. I would love one. And like take out seats and just have like a whole platform
I've
area.
been thinking about that. Like I'm at a point in my life where I could give a crap less about what kind of car it is I'm driving. I'm like, I would love to have a minivan with all the seats cleared out of the back.
Totally.
All the things I could haul in that bad boy.
Oh my God. Like without a half second thought. Hey, your bike break down? Jump in. Like just roll it in. We're moving a couch. We have to lift it like a half foot up. Done.
Disagree with all that. Listen, you only get these small little amounts of time by yourself. And if you're going to be rolling around in something that reminds you that you have to go back to a house filled with kids, something like a minivan, you enjoy the one little tiny thing you can still hold on to, which is what vehicle you drive. Tom, could you ever imagine yourself being like, you know what, Doug, I'm tired of this Mustang. I need a Aerostar.
Yes, let me get an Aerostar van.
Bring that thing on by.
But you act like I get like the car now that I drive. I get in. She bit up an apple like a beaver. It's all over the car. There's the car seat. Everything's sticky.
Sure.
Nothing reminds me of myself. Everything is disgusting.
There's just other things that you can. I don't know. I feel like there's better vehicles and more modern vehicles that you can drive that won't make you feel like such a soccer mom.
What if I put a blow up hot tub in that van once in a while and rolled up and was like, Rudy, am I cool now?
I'm in. We could make
you
this
could
thing
put
happen.
an air mattress back there too, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh, the shtup at the. You going to the drive-in? Are you?
There you go.
I don't know with whom I could lay in the back seat.
No, myself. I just want to take naps. Like I'm talking. Like that's hot to me. Like that is. If Justin was like, you could take a nap at any point in the van, I would say, yes, sir.
When this town and country is a rockin', don't you come a knockin', okay?
You damn right. You horn tootin', ladies and gentlemen. That's all I have to say. Were you driven to get, because I am driven to get special cars, and I think it was because, and I never thought of this before. While you guys were talking, my brother Terry, when he was, I think, 18, got a car. And it was a Ford. I can't remember was it a Crown Vic maybe? I can't remember. But he had gold stripes painted on the roof of the car.
Oh, sweet.
And there was a guy on his knees rolling dice, and his car was named Stagger Lee.
Dang.
Oh, sweet.
I had to have because of my brother Terry. You remember the song Stagger Lee, don't you?
Yeah.
Stagger Lee shot Billy.
I mean, that's cool. You roll up like that. Yeah.
I had to have cool cars because of the Stagger Lee. I can picture that car in my head right now. God, I thought that was a cool car.
I definitely get that. My dad was a car guy, and he would always be like, I remember, I mean, it's not that big a deal, but it was a big deal to me. Like he had a 67 Ford Mustang. He had an MG. He had like always kind of had cool cars. But then he also like really wasn't raising kids since he left my mom. And so I guess he had a little bit extra money for that.
Yeah, like what?
Yeah.
Well, you look back at that time and go, that's cool. You look back with parent eyes and go, yeah. You're
I'm
a
like,
monster.
Hey, buddy, why don't you throw mom a little bit more money? We're freaking eating Spam over here.
Yeah.
And you're driving around in your
car seats don't really
convertible.
fit in that one, so that seems problematic.
Right.
Yeah.
God, I'm going to have that song in my head all day now. It's your fault.
Poker face?
No, Stagger Lee. It's one of the great lines of that song. Stagger Lee shot Billy.
I forgot about that. That is a good song.
He shot Billy so bad, the bullet went through Billy and broke the bartender's glass. I will never forget that line. It's like, boy, you standing there just holding up a glass and the guy gets shot in the chest and the bullet comes through and breaks the glass. Woo!
This seems like a song you'd be into, Tommy.
I love that song, Stagger Lee, man. It was the greatest. Great memories. Thank you. Thank you for bringing up cars. You've made my day. Okay, I got to ask you this, and I don't want to spend a lot of time on it, but we have to honor this young woman. We spent just a couple of minutes. I cannot do the whole story because I'm a father, and it upsets me too much. Gustavus athlete who died in crash, known for her ethics, her character. Jory Jones, right?
Yeah, Jory Jones.
Jory Jones.
They were out west. It's Grace Township in Chippewa County. It makes it that much more difficult when you hear all these people talking about like what a good kid she was.
Yep.
And like just that kind of effervescent personality and just other people wanted to be around her. And it sucks, man. It sucks. I don't know what I want. There's not a lot of circumstance or not a lot released about the circumstances of what happened.
Right.
I know they reported that they don't think there's any drugs or alcohol involved. It was unfortunately an accident. So yeah, it's all, I did put her family, friends who knew her from high school, her high school hockey team, they started up a GoFundMe. I did put that on my Facebook page earlier today. If anyone's interested in donating, they can find that there. So, yeah, it's sad. It sucks.
I literally can't read the story. It's just
I know.
19-year-old, just a wonderful young woman, and there you go. It's just very upsetting, but we do have to report the news here, and you did a great job by not tearing up. I appreciate it.
Well, I think it gets overlooked sometimes that like every time you get in a car.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's a dangerous proposition. I've got a new teen driver and I try to talk to her about that all the time. Like, you know, I don't think they necessarily think about stand out on the road, not inside a car, and have a car fly by you going 60 miles per hour.
Oh, man.
And feel that. That gives you a whole different sense of like how much power is in a vehicle like that. And it's, I know.
Yeah, no doubt about it. But I did want to bring her up again because.
Yeah, I did too. And I wanted to get the information out about the GoFundMe. I mean, I know it.
Yep.
It doesn't really help the family, but it, you know, if it helps them to cover some expenses and stuff, then.
Yep.
Then it was
exactly
helpful.
It.
So.
Anything else pop up in the news this morning you find important?
I just came across this. Actually, it's a Gallup poll, and people asking. They rated the top 16 safest cities in the United States. And any guesses what the top safe city might be?
Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Negative.
Doubt that.
How about Long Prairie, Minnesota?
It's got to be a major city.
Yeah. I would say something like a Kalispell, Montana.
No, bigger cities.
Even bigger than that, huh?
Yeah, major cities.
Oh.
Okay, the safest major city in America is not Minneapolis, St. Paul. That surprises me.
Not. Nope.
Like maybe Raleigh?
Dallas.
Dallas? Because everyone has guns?
Yeah, because everyone's carrying a gun. That's right.
Yeah. It surprised me. It was Dallas, Boston, really? Seattle.
What?
Vegas, Miami, then Minneapolis, Houston, New Orleans, Atlanta, San Francisco, Washington, D.C., Philly, New York, L.A. Do we want to guess the two at the bottom of the list?
The most
Which
unsafe
city didn't
city.
I say yet? Chicago.
Chicago, yeah.
Oh, Chicago's really dangerous.
Chicago and Detroit.
Yeah.
Love them both.
Only 73% of people polled said it felt unsafe versus only 26% who said they felt safe there. So interesting.
Dang.
You know what's sad
it's
about
just a
that?
poll. It's not scientific.
I take it as fact.
Yeah, but I mean, it's people's thoughts and feelings who live in these
Perceptions.
communities. So I mean,
Yeah.
the way they feel is the way they feel.
Yeah, no, I think that's crazy numbers.
Yeah.
Gee, Baltimore didn't make the list, huh? Gee, too bad. You ever been to Baltimore?
I've heard.
Woo!
The only thing I know about Baltimore is Hairspray, the show,
Oh, the show
musical
yes,
Hairspray. And
yes.
I know a lot about Hairspray. That's it.
I have a hard time believing that Boston is dangerous. It's not.
No,
is it?
Boston's the second safest.
You know why that is? Because of the North End. They don't put up with any bullshit in Boston.
Well, I was going to say they
I'm
probably
just telling
take care of their own business, and
Yes, they
police
do.
don't have to be called. Is kind of what I was thinking. Like the neighborhood boys will take care of that.
That's exactly what you. I love Boston. Actually, every town you mentioned, I love Miami, Boston. You get on the list of them. They're wonderful spots. You know, Washington, D.C. I like because it's the capital of the United States of America. The city itself is a shithole, but the government part's pretty nice.
Philly always seems to be sort of towards the bottom of those lists, which, you know, you got Philly, New York, LA, Chicago, Detroit, rounding that out. I almost took a job in Philly once, and the deal was you had to live quite a ways out of the what they refer to as the city center there, because just the perception is I don't know. I've seen Rocky. I base everything I know about Philadelphia on Rocky. That's true to life, right?
Love that town. I might be one of the few people. I love Philadelphia. Always have.
Yeah.
Because they just go, yeah, why don't you go blow it out your ass, pal. Leave me alone.
You love a place
I always wanted to live
do.
there because of Rocky. Like, I'm just.
It's still there.
That's like me in Baltimore. If I go there, I'm expecting it to be just like Hairspray, and when it's not, I'm gonna have a rude awakening.
Like I'm walking around trying to find the gym, looking for Mick.
You're just punching random things like this.
Chasing a chicken down the street.
Obviously.
Certainly.
Full gray grout fit, just gray on gray.
Leather hat.
Yeah.
Little ball in my head. Dog named Bubkiss.
You really love that movie.
Yeah. It's great.
Do people know what Bupkis means? Because I know it's what's-his-face's new comedy special, Bupkis.
Yeah.
Do people know what Bupkis means?
Does it mean like shit? Like
Kind of stuff, yeah.
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, yeah.
They're very good. How'd you know that?
Because I hang out with you. You teach me things all the time, and some of it sticks.
Well, like,
Not the important things.
like that she goes, and some of it sticks. So that's good. man.
Something sticks.
Sometimes.
I got to be honest with you. I like most places, and the only thing I don't like about Houston is their freeway system is horrendous. But I got to be honest. I've been most places in America, and I really like almost every city in America.
I think the dig on Houston is such a massive, from like a square footage standpoint or square miles. Like it's a huge, huge city, and I don't know that people always respect how geographically spread out Houston is. And I think that seems to be a thing that, but I think they overlook that it's right, very close to water.
Mm-hmm.
You don't always think of that when you think of Houston, but that's also why they had so many problems with tropical storms or hurricanes over the last couple of years. They had all kinds of a mess,
but San Antonio's right down the road, man. That's a beautiful town.
Yeah. Yeah.
Love San Antonio.
Love San Antonio.
It's great. Isn't
One
it?
of my Army friends, I was there for medic training.
Big Army.
He fell in the Riverwalk 3 times while we were there.
Ooh.
We drank a lot.
No.
Yeah.
Hard to believe.
Yeah.
Great golf courses, too. That's all I'm saying. San Antonio's got great golf courses.
Yeah, it's a blast.
Food's phenomenal. Let's go right now. Let's do an appearance in San Antonio. Forget the fair. We'll go to San Antonio.
I'm into that. Into that.
They had this dueling piano bar. It was the first time I ever saw it. And it was like, I just remember going, I want to drink here every night. And we did.
And you did.
And we did. We somehow made it to a lot of different establishments. But we ended up there every night.
No, I got to be honest with you. I really do like most places. I would say 99% of the places I've ever been, I really liked. There's always something about the town that I like.
Yeah, and I think sometimes when you're going in as a visitor versus somebody who lives there, you probably tend to, you're not in the trenches on the day-to-day of living there. You're usually seeing the nicer parts of town. And, I guess that's sort of what people's experience is when they're visiting someplace. It's not like they're going, if you're visiting New Orleans, you're not going to the Third Ward. You're downtown in the quarter. And
right.
But
no, you're absolutely right. I just, a lot of people, some people just don't like to travel, I guess. I don't know what the hell it is, but such is life.
I need to get that minivan ready and gassed up so I can, and just throw the mattress in the back and go road tripping to all these places. You want to go with me, Tom? Wouldn't that be fun?
Absolutely.
You, me,
yep,
you,
we'll
me, one mattress, one van.
Yes.
Not even two twins. We're doing full queen.
Yeah, just the queen mattress.
But we'll put a pillow divide. It's not weird, you guys. We'll just.
The good thing is I don't take up a lot of leg room, so.
Yeah. See, there you go.
Question: do you guys do head to head, or
Ixday?
Wait, which way are you gonna do? That's like, I mean, either way, centers line up. But like, what is less weird?
I don't know. Hang on, I gotta buy this domain name 2guysonevan.com, and then we'll figure out all the logistics after that.
There you go. One warning though, at this particular time in my life, every morning when I wake up, I lay down a bunt. So if we're still in the van, it'd be tough.
Yeah, well, that would. But
he goes, well, that.
I know a place.
I do appreciate the transparency.
Yes, absolutely.
If you guys are really feeling like you want to up your game, I know a place where you can rent an RV. Niemeyer Trailer.
Absolutely. We might be talking about them in just 1 minute here, ladies and gentlemen, or just 1 second, maybe.
That's funny. Niemeyer Trailer. My best friend's last name's Niemeyer, and I asked him the other day if he's related to them, and he goes, "Yeah, I believe they're cousins somehow." I'm like, "Cool." I hear their ads all the time.
Yeah. So when it's like my version of porn. I will go on Niemeyer Trailer's RV site, and I'll just look at like what our life could be. Like me and Justin just get an RV and just live our life. They are the nicest thing. Like
they are.
Having a relation. Tell your guy to like cash in on that because they are nice.
I don't know that they're that close, but maybe it's time they start to be.
Yes.
Well, you know what we're going to do? We're going to talk about their Albertville location, also their locations in other areas of the state. What do you think of that? But first, we're going to talk about news being brought to you by Mr. Money Talk, Josh Arnold. Call Josh for your free 48-minute financial evaluation. So everything's good with you?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll get the van all tuned up. I'll get some My Pillows and blankets and stuff, so we'll have nice covers when we're in the van traveling the area.
Sounds great. Let's do it.
All right, Palomino, we'll talk to you tomorrow.
Okay, guys, have a good day.
Thanks, Chris Egert. Ladies and gentlemen, we shall take a break right here. Be back in a couple of seconds. As mentioned by Britt, this is Tommy B from my friends at Niemeyer Trailer Sales. Their Albertville location just off Interstate 94 would like to extend a special offer going on now through the Minnesota State Fair, along with everything you can buy on a stick at the Great Minnesota Sweat Together. You should have some cool incentives with a State Fair deal when you purchase an RV from Niemeyer's Albertville location. So how's this sound? Receive a free exterior ceramic coat and NanoCure interior treatment. These coatings provide a durable, long-lasting shield against dirt, water, and UV rays, and basically extend the life of your RV to keep it looking newer and lasting longer. It's a $2,000 value, as a matter of fact. Free with purchase if you get an RV from Niemeyer's by September 5th in Albertville only. Plus, get great deals on their campers at both Albertville and Elko New Market. Now through the end of the State Fair, take your passion on the road with Niemeyer Trailer Sales. And see my guys and gals at Niemeyer's, and look what they got at Niemeyers.com. That's Niemeyers.com, Niemeyers.com. Your State Fair deals end on September 5th. Oh, and please tell them that Tommy sent you.
Hello, I'm Brad Huckle, President and Chief Lending Officer at North American Banking Company.
And I'm Michael Bilski, CEO at North American Banking Company.
As a locally owned and operated community bank, we work with many multi-generational businesses.
Take Personal Care Dentistry of Roseville, for example. Dr. Walter Hunt, also known as Painless to me, has been a longtime customer of the bank since we opened the bank in 1998.
When his son Kyle was ready to join the practice, they wanted to expand quickly.
With their additional space and equipment, they now are able to see more patients each day while providing the same level of care and service.
Okay, guys, I'll take it from here. If you run a family business or any kind of business for that matter, you should be banking with Brad and Mike over at North American Banking Company. Every time I deal with them or their team, I know I'm working with experienced professional bankers. So why not bank with my banker? North American Banking Company, a better banking experience, member FDIC, equal housing lender. I really have to say I'm feeling great, and I have to give the credit to mnfatloss.com. After going on the program this spring, I'm nearly at my ultimate weight loss goal. You know, there's no shame in gaining weight as we get a little bit older, but I think you'd feel better, more energetic, and feel better in your clothes, too. A reset like mnfatloss.com could be the answer for you, just like it has been for me. I'm not even worried about temptations like the State Fair. I'm not hungry, don't crave carbs or sugar. If you want to find out the secret to losing 20 to 30 pounds in just 8 weeks, it's about a pound of fat every day, by the way. No exercise required. To schedule your free consultation, go to mnfatloss.com. That's mnfatloss.com. Results may vary. Be sure to tell the team at mnfatloss.com that Tom Barnard sent you. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. What, Brittany quit? Reggie, you drive her away? Is that what you did? You know, all of a sudden I look up, she's gone. She's gone. We are here, ladies and gentlemen, owner of Must Be Ruff Dog Treat Bakery, based out of Brooklyn Park, specialized in human-grade ingredients, soft-baked treats. Well, don't give it to the dogs, give it to me.
Right. Trust me. You can have it. They're tempting.
He goes, you can have it. So where are you in Brooklyn Park?
It's a home-based business, and we're kind of by the...
Hey, real quick, Reggie, can you just kind of get up on that microphone just a little more? Okay. There you go, bud.
How's it?
Yeah, there we go. Okay. Yeah, listen to that velvety voice. There we go, bud. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. We're kind of by the Fleet Farm. The new library in that area there. Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah. When I first met my wife, I lived up in Brooklyn Park, and so I still have a special place in my heart for that place.
Yeah, it's changing a lot. They're building a lot of things over there.
Yep, they are indeed, no question about it. But how did you get involved, especially in human grade ingredients, soft baked treats? That we wholesale to different breweries throughout the metro area. So how did it all get started, Reggie?
It got started. I used to plow snow overnight for MnDOT.
Oh, for MnDOT you did it.
Okay. MnDOT, yep, did that. So I was leaving my wife at home with the kids. We had 8 and 9-year-old sons. They were at home by themselves. So we decided to get our first family dog. And I wanted a dog that would be good with kids, but also can kind of protect my family when I wasn't there. So that's how I came up with the Doberman. And I'm used to having dogs on the farm where all the dogs live outside. And so my wife kind of informed me that it's a different story up here. So the dog is going to be in the house with us.
It's a different story. So where would you live on the farm?
Jackson, Mississippi.
Oh, in Jackson, Mississippi.
Jackson, Mississippi.
I spent a lot of time in Jackson, Mississippi. That's a great town, actually.
It is a good town.
People don't realize that Mississippi, particularly along the Gulf Coast down there, my God, that's beautiful.
It is nice, huh?
No question about it. But at first, I'm very proud of you, because at first when you said, we got kids, I've got kids 8 and 9, I'm like, you got 8 or 9 kids?
Right. At first I thought you were saying, and you were like estimating. I was like, Reggie, you should know
like
the
8
amount.
or 9. I'm not
That's
sure
so funny, Tom. I literally was like,
you thought the same thing?
I was like, no judgment, but know the amount, okay?
You know how many
Don't,
kids you have.
8 or 9.
That's funny.
8 and 9 makes way more sense.
Yeah, 8 and 9-year-old sons.
Yes.
8 and 9-year-old sons, absolutely, no question about it. We're talking to Reggie Carter about, he's the owner of Must Be Ruff Dog Bakery. So was it kind of a family thing that inspired it?
It was. Yeah. We wanted Kirby to live longer. The farm dogs lived for a long time, and they were eating table scraps, but it was the food that my mom was cooking. So I just took that concept and said I will make the ingredients for Kirby and cook all of her food, and it kind of spawned into a business that way.
Well, that's great, because I don't know this for sure. My wife is very touchy. We have a dog. We've had dogs. One thing I do have to say about our dog, we did make one mistake, because we do vacation a lot down in South Florida on the East Coast.
Okay.
Not on the West Coast, but on the East Coast of Florida. And our dog is named after the song Hey Jude, the Beatles song.
Okay.
The problem with being down on the East Coast of Florida in the winter, and you holler out, Jude, That's not a good thing.
Doesn't sound great.
Because
Not
everybody
ideal.
wearing a yarmulke turns around and goes, "What'd you say?"
That seems aggressive, sir.
We go, "Judah," and you can't even say Judah either.
That's why I call his dog Judy.
Judy.
Even though it's a boy, I
Go
just
with
add a Y
Judy.
on there. I go, when I watched him, I'd always say, Judy, Judy baby. And they'd be like, oh, she's beautiful. I was like, it's a boy. How dare you?
Yeah, cut the comedy.
How dare you?
And I will tell you this, Reggie. This, like I said, we've had dogs. Catherine and I have been together for 42, 43 years now. Been married for 38 years. We've always had a dog. And there is that every night, and I just talked about this yesterday for a short bit. Every night when I go over to kiss my wife goodnight, I hug her and tell her I love her, and I give her a kiss. And I look there, and the dog is laying there like this.
Just ready.
Just ready for you.
Ready for its pets. Yeah.
Where are my pets? Let's go.
Where's my puppy tax?
Doesn't that make your heart feel glad knowing a puppy loves you that much?
It does.
Isn't that
It's,
great?
it's a special feeling, you know. That's why I'm
Really
glad
is.
my kids get a chance to grow up with a dog like that. So,
no doubt about it.
So-
And they keep you very safe, too, because they don't like anybody messing with your house.
Yeah, did Kirby, did she work out well? Like, is she good about, like, staying really sweet with them? And then,
yeah,
like,
she's great.
And
She's
then, will she bark if somebody comes to the...
Oh yeah, the Doberman has they're super sweet.
Yeah, they are.
But they have a bark that just kind of rattles the house.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. The TV makes them seem like they're some kind of. They always play the bad dog in the movies.
Yeah.
They're like one of the sweetest dogs you can have.
They're so beautiful. And then where does Kirby sleep? I love asking people who does Kirby sleep with, or where does Kirby sleep?
Kirby has her own. The entire downstairs is hers.
Yeah, we have that situation. Yeah, our
There you
dogs.
go.
We laugh because we don't let them on our second floor at all.
Right.
And people are like, "That's so tragic." And I go, "They have about 17 dog beds littered throughout our house, including right next to the fireplace, which is like their favorite."
Oh yeah.
But yeah,
No, she has it made. We cook all of her food. She has her own master bedroom. She has her own sectional couch.
I want to die and become Kirby.
Kirby.
Kirby's life. # goals.
Right.
I got to tell you, talking about Dobermans, because a lot of people think that Dobermans are vicious, and they're not vicious dogs.
No.
I had an experience when I was in my 20s that a friend of mine was watching his brother-in-law's dog. It was a gigantic Doberman. I mean, his shoulders were like that wide. He was huge, man, a big Doberman. And I had never been, I grew up in North Minneapolis. So a lot of dogs, including our dog, you mess around, come over our fence, they're going to attack you. A lot of attack dogs in that neighborhood, right? So this is the first time I've seen a 200-pound Doberman. And that thing must have weighed 100 pounds. It was big, man.
Yeah.
So, and then I found out the guy who owned the dog was in prison, and he was the president of the Hells Angels. And I'm like,
Okay.
well, this is
There's
going to be interesting.
Layers of not messing with this human.
And the reason I even bring all that stuff up, this might have been the sweetest dog that I have ever been around in my life.
Right.
He was so sweet. He would just come over and lay his head against your leg. You need to pet me now. Come on, pet me.
That's the Doberman lean.
It is
I
the
know.
Doberman lean. Very good.
It's just so crazy. So when my grandma and grandpa were in there, I think they were 80. My grandpa was 85, I want to say.
When they're in prison?
Yeah, no, they were in prison. They had a Doberman named Heidi.
Oh, they did?
It was like the weird, it was in Williston, North Dakota, and they lived on a farm, and they picked a Doberman. We're all like, is this the right decision?
Oh, great dogs. Great dogs.
She couldn't be nicer. And like, you do not mess with my grandpa at all. Like, even jokingly, we would be like, because Heidi would be like right next to her side. And there'd be times where, because he was kind of losing his vision, where we'd have to like tell like Heidi, hey, listen, you can't be as close as you are to grandpa. Nobody's telling Heidi any of that. Like, it was just so funny just watching these two old couple on Williston, North Dakota farm with a Doberman. They'd be like, Heidi! Like,
calling out.
But Kirby's the same way. When me and my wife get into a disagreement, she'll go stand by my wife.
There you go.
I'm like, hey.
Hey, Reggie, you can lip off all you want, but I'm over here.
Right.
so you started making Kirby food, and you noticed, there was kind of there wasn't a lot of options to just buy it, right?
Yeah.
So when you started making the snacks and all like the homemade human grade food for the dogs, were you making it in your own kitchen then?
Yeah, making it in my own kitchen. I went to the vet first. And I'm talking to the vet. This is before I even got Kirby. I wanted to have it ready when she came, and the vet was kind of like, no, you can't do it because you don't know what she needs.
Yeah.
And so I went home and researched all the vitamins that dogs need.
There you
and which
go.
food has those vitamins. And I kind of started throwing them in the pot in the kitchen.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's impressive. So every week you still to this day will make Kirby food for the week.
Oh, yeah, well, I passed that job along to my wife. So
Did she know that? Did she know you were going to do that?
No, she didn't.
I know that feeling.
That wasn't the plan at first.
Yeah.
But as the business grew, I was kind of like, well, I might need your help taking this part over.
So now do you rent out a kitchen to make all your dog food? And there's a lot of those really great rentable kitchens here in Minnesota. I know a couple people that have that. And so now do you do that monthly or weekly or what?
It's kind of sporadic. We still do the food at home because we don't sell the food.
Yeah.
But as far as the treats go, especially around this time, around the fair, we spend a lot of time in the commercial kitchen.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. So you'll be at the fair, and then you're also at the Target Field, right?
Yeah, at Target Field. We're in Gate 34 also.
Well, that's nice.
That is cool.
It is very, honest to God, just talking about dogs doesn't that make you feel good
I
just
know.
talking about dogs?
I wish Kirby was here.
She'll be all over.
I would love that. I would love a big old Doberman here right now. I love big dogs. I love Judd. He's got big dog energy, so he's
got a lot of energy. There's no doubt about that. No question. But again, the Doberman thing, I'm not going to get over that because I'm just looking back at the experience. Dog's name was Max.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And Max was a big Doberman. Sweet as hell, but if you came across the line, you better back up.
They're really smart, too.
Oh, yeah.
I love
Absolutely.
Do you find yourself, when you have a dog like that, because I have a hound and she can sleep all day. Like a Doberman, do you have to exercise then constantly? And they're smart? Because Jude needs that kind of interaction as well.
Oh, absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
Kirby is and that probably was a European Doberman that you saw.
Yeah.
Because they get about 40 pounds more muscle.
God, are they? And it is all muscle. You're
all muscle.
100% right.
It's all muscle.
And you look at him and you go, if I could get shredded if I go over to try to pet that dog. But again, unless you were strange and you came across the border, you were fine. But if you came across the border and he didn't know you, he did not like that at all.
There had to be a proper introduction of like, hello, if you're jumping that fence quickly, good luck.
Yeah, that's what she kind of does. When I meet someone new, she'll kind of stand and look at me. I think she's trying to gauge like,
Reggie, do we like this person?
Do we like this person?
Ooh, well, there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
Do you think? And like I said, we've had dogs. We had some dogs at the house, but again, in North Minneapolis, they kind of patrolled the area. But since Catherine and I have been together, we've always had at least one dog. We lived on a farm. We had a couple of dogs back in those days, and I don't know that we could live without a dog anymore. And we think about that as time goes by, and you do get older. You know, you don't want to mistreat a dog by not being all that attentive to him, but we've always had dogs.
They make great companions.
They really do. There's no doubt about that. It's just...
I actually sleep more comfortable with Kirby home.
Yeah. Absolutely. When it comes to dogs, when you're talking about you always have to have a dog, and my grandma, who's 97 now, she said that, Brittany, when you're young, you have big dogs. You can exercise and whatever. And then when you're too old to have dogs anymore, then you can get a small dog. So that was my grandma's mantra. And she had she had a King Cavalier as well, and loved that dog, Barney.
Well, that's why I got a bulldog, because I thought, I'm going to get a bulldog because there's not a lot of maintenance when it comes to the exercise, to do all the stuff. And then I got Paul. And I was like, okay, could we have split the difference between a dog that wants to move and my dog? That dog, he gets up every morning at 5:03 with me. We eat, we go outside, he comes back in, he goes right back on the couch. I come home at noon every day. He has not moved from the spot. He jumped back on the couch and just lays there all day.
So impressive.
Yeah.
My dogs had about a year break because I run them every day, almost every day. And I had the baby, and we were kind of walking, whatever. We had a year break. This summer, it was like boot camp, trying to get them, to back into shape. Like, I thought I was out of shape. Like, Robot and Murphy were even worse. They're like, Mom, why? Let's go back.
I use that flirt pole a lot. I'm not sure if you're familiar with
No,
that.
what's that?
I think it's like a cat tool. It almost looks like a fishing rod, but it's got like a nylon rope on the end.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's nice. And that's pretty, she'll stay pretty active with that.
Yeah. My girlfriend does that with IPAs. She just dangles it in front of me, and she's like, hey, you want one of these? Get the dishes done.
There you go.
That works for you, huh?
Mm-hmm.
It all does. But I don't, we're not anywhere near the age yet we wouldn't be thinking about having it, but it would be so weird to not have a dog.
Yeah.
I don't know if, that'd be awfully tough because we've always had them.
Have you had big dogs?
Big dogs, small dogs. Yeah, we had this gigantic Irish setter. He was a lot bigger than most Irish. You remember him?
No, I did, but I've seen photos.
You've seen photos.
Yeah.
Clayton was unbelievable. The one thing, and I have to do this with my fingers, when Clayton misbehaved, they go, Clayton, what did you do? He did this.
Little like crazy eyes, little eyebrows that go up and down.
Go up and down independently.
I love that.
Oh, so you did do something wrong. Okay. How does he got to go?
That's so cute.
Yeah, those dogs can be really funny.
Oh, God, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
Isn't it wonderful that it's something as simple as a dog could make all of us so happy? All four people talking about how happy they are to be around a dog.
I know.
That's what makes this business I started so great.
Yeah,
I get to take pictures of dogs, do things with the Humane Society. I get to dress up every once in a while, and just about all the dog people are happy. So all the customers are like always in a good mood.
Yeah,
but the stress
that's
is
a good
low.
point.
Yeah.
I never even thought about it. I bet you that, handling dogs in that way, that the people are always happy because there are dogs there.
That's right.
I love that.
Yeah, compared to being doing the overnight plowing where people are angry that you're gonna ticket their car or whatever. That's probably a different vibe completely.
Get the finger get called number one like 20 times a night.
Reggie, I'm number one. Coming home.
Right.
That's so fun. And which is funny because you're doing such a huge service for it, but people, man.
No, they're not that nice to the plow operators.
No.
Why? They can't get anywhere without
they can't
you.
Get anywhere. I don't know.
Why would they do that?
It's the strangest thing.
Was that up Mr. Barnard? Is he still running that Department of Transportation? Did it for a long. What's his name? Kent Barnard, I think.
I don't know.
That's one thing. Talking about dogs, I learned very early in my life that I was going to be a dog person forever because my father's last name is Bernard, as in Saint Bernard, and my mother's last name was Dane, as in Great Dane.
Yeah.
So I got two gigantic dogs that I came from.
That actually checks out.
Yeah, I mean they were huge.
Yeah.
No question about it. But these are the things that make me happy. Talking about it's great to have you in because people are tuning in. And they're hearing happy talk, not, oh, God, we're a victim and everything's horrible and everything's... No, it doesn't. It's all suck. Get a dog.
Right. That's another thing I like about the business. Like you say, you hear so many bad things in the world. And then when I go to work and deal with the customers or be in places like this, it takes you out of that for a while.
For sure. Yeah. There's, that's why I love, I volunteer a lot with secondhand hounds and do a lot with them. And I currently, am fostering a cat. And I got to figure out, Reggie, how do I present that in PowerPoint to my husband, how it would benefit us to keep this cat?
There you go.
That's a good question.
I'm trying to think of anything I can be what is the angle? And then he's also my husband's like, well, good thing we're fostering him because if you get pregnant again, I can't do the litter box. You're not supposed to do it while pregnant. Okay. And I just want to be like,
oh, yeah, right.
I just want to be like, because those are both two things I want really bad. Another kiddo and a cat.
Oh, really?
So I'm like, how do I sell this to him?
Just do it.
Just keep the cat. The thing is, though, he won't even know if I just go, oh, I can't believe this cat hasn't been adopted. It's been 4 years.
It's still here.
This thing is.
How did it happen?
That's crazy.
Cats don't require that much maintenance, do they?
No.
They just kind of hang out, don't
they? They just chill. I mean... But there is, the litter box is probably the only hurdle.
Right.
I've been trying to figure out how to sell this cat. I'm not naming him. Right now his name is Toby, that's from the rescue. And I'm scared to give him a name that I actually like. Alex keeps texting me saying, have you named the cat yet? I go, no, I'm not doing that unless I know it's mine.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because I can't, that's the one block I have. But also Sonny would be a cute name.
Sonny'd be good.
You like cats, son?
Yeah, well, matter of fact, you guys are talking and all these great memories pop into my head. When I met Catherine, she had 2 cats. One's name was Meeps. Meeps, Meeps, right?
No Meeps.
And I had never seen this before because when we were kids, we didn't have cats. 'Cause again, we had a dangerous dog, and I don't think that dog would care much for cats.
Yeah.
But I had never seen this before. Meeps was, I don't know what kind of cat it was, not a very big cat. So she had Rufus, and Rufus was this very tough male cat, and then Meeps, this sweet little female cat. And I walk into the kitchen, and Catherine used to keep the cat food, you know those desks where they're on the side and then they got a drawer in the middle?
Yeah.
She used to keep the cat food in that middle drawer. And one day I walk in, and Meeps is hanging from one of the pulls on the drawer, swinging back and forth like this. And she got the drawer open.
See, cats are menaces.
It was unbelievable.
Like, that is walking in on a crime scene like that.
She got the drawer open.
That is so
phenomenal.
Crazy. Like, that is
crazy.
It is. I was watching, like, damn, that cat is smart. Had it all figured out.
I used to have a cat, Kitty Cash, who would do the same thing. Like, he would open up the cabinets, and I'd keep my bread there. And he would have his little bite of bread, and then what he would do is, like, this is where it was a really problem, is he'd hit it to the dogs. So, like, the small amount he'd have, and then he'd hit the rest. So I'd literally walk in on him and then just smacking it to the. I'm like,
Covering
kitty cat.
up.
Yeah, like you think like, and I'm also. It was pretty ingenious, but I'm going through bread like crazy. Like, so we had to put child locks on all the drawers.
Wow. Oh yeah.
And my roommate
absolutely.
was like, "This is insane. We can't live our lives like this." But here I am going back to the well. I want another cat.
Kirby got in the house one day. She like opened the door. And it was around Easter, and she got into my kids' Easter basket.
Oh, God.
We left her outside. We didn't lock the patio door, but somehow she opened it.
It's amazing. I don't know how they do it. I really don't know how they do it, but they do it.
Yeah.
Once again, let me say this. We're talking about this subject that makes everybody very, very happy. And we need more of this on the media, whether it's television or radio or podcasting, whatever it is. We've got to be a lot more. People are happy, but if you ever watch TV, you'd think nobody's happy.
No, because for some reason they must think that happiness doesn't sell.
Yeah, I think that's exactly it.
That's a good point.
I don't know why. Why would you want to feel that way? No question.
Kind of perfect. Then your company name is Must Be Ruff, and it's about dog food.
Right.
Like RUFF, Must Be Ruff.
My dad thinks that's like the funniest thing. He's like an old farmer.
He
from
laughs about it
Mississippi.
every time.
He laughs all the time.
That's so cute. Must Be Ruff. It is. And when I brought these treats look like they're good enough to eat, just us in general. And I think the idea of giving them to my dogs is just Must Be Ruff.
Yeah.
God, you give me great memories of Jackson, Mississippi, because I used to go, remember Hallie Barber, the governor?
Yes.
Hallie and I became friends.
Did you all?
So I'd go down and see him once in a while. Tim Pawlenty was our governor here at the time, and that's how I met him.
Okay.
Jackson is a great
You like Jackson, huh? You spent a lot of time in Mississippi.
I did. A lot of time in Mississippi. Biloxi. I mean, like I said, all along the coast. That is just, people don't know how beautiful that is. But the history, particularly, central to, I suppose, all of Mississippi. But the history of Mississippi is really interesting.
It is.
People don't realize there's a lot of great stuff in Mississippi.
There is a lot of great stuff. I used to listen to you talk about how you used to go down to Mississippi.
Oh, did you really?
I used to listen to your show.
Yeah, but I loved it. There are very few places that I've been that I didn't like. And people go, oh, Mississippi, what'd you go there for? I said, you've never been there, have you? Right. I said, no, I've never been there. I'm never going there. I said, why not?
Right.
I mean, you take when the sun's going down, you take a walk along that shore, and you tell me Mississippi sucks.
Right, right.
You're crazy.
You're crazy. It's tragic how that coast ended up looking after that.
Yeah.
Did you get a chance to see it after that?
Well, that's why I went down there. We went down there to help people out. You know, whether it was financially building things for them or whatever. Yeah, my wife and I went down there a lot and helped people rebuild their homes and do all that stuff. And then, of course, some of the politicians got involved and stole the money. But other than that, and that's not just in Mississippi, that's everywhere.
Yeah. No, that Biloxi coast, that was like our ocean.
Oh, absolutely.
Our vacation spot.
It's beautiful. I'm getting a call from Mississippi right now.
Your ringer is pretty, like that was, again.
Yeah, you know what that is? You know what that is?
Yeah.
Don't call us. We'll call you.
That's a perfect ringer for you.
Levittown, Pennsylvania. Why am I getting a call from Levittown, Pennsylvania?
I'll silence it for you.
Oh, it must be Judd. Judd, was that you calling me? Oh, he's not up yet.
He should be. Oh, hang on a second. Is he there? You there, bud?
Are you there now?
Can you hear me?
There we go.
now
Now
we
we got
can
you.
hear you.
Yep. Yeah, we got you.
Levittown, Pennsylvania. Who was it that called me? It was not me.
That was not me. That was somebody who has your number who wants to sell you something.
Oh, you got that right, brother.
The
There's no doubt about
solicitors
it.
have now. How have they done it? I thought that cell phones would be far more proof, safety proof from the solicitors. But my wife gets a ton of calls now.
I couldn't agree more.
Have you guys been getting the text messages where they're like, hey, thank you so much for the hat. I really appreciate it. And then you text them back, oh, sorry, you must have the wrong number. And they go, oh, you know what? I'm sorry. I was trying to reach my friend so-and-so. And you go, oh, that's okay. Don't worry about it. And then they text you back again saying something like, yeah, I sell these hats. And, I was just wondering, have you guys not seen these yet?
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah. No. I got one the other day that was like supposedly a wrong number. And I realized, this person is baiting me because I usually screw with people. Because this woman texted me, she said, hey, what time are you going to be at the salon? And I said, 8:45. I don't know who this person is.
Yeah.
And then it just kind of snowballed. And then I said, finally, I said, I'm screwing with you. I apologize. And then they were like, well, hey, since I got you here, are you in the salon, spa? Are you into those products? And I'm like,
God.
this son of a bitch.
Doesn't surprise me.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't surprise. Now, Reggie, when you came, were you told that there's a rule here that when you come in and you're on the show, and if you like it, you can't leave?
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Right before we went on air, he goes, how long is a segment? And I was like, it's probably going to be the rest of the show.
Oh, you already told him? You don't have to say if you don't want to. But
I didn't even warn him. I literally just put on my headphones and I was like, I'm going to act like he didn't ask that question. I said, but I was like,
Let's say Tom was going to kick me out when it was
Get the hell out. That's enough.
I didn't have the heart to tell you, you have an hour because we're going to keep you. I know that.
Hey, listen, now that you told me you used to listen to me on the KQ show, you ain't ever leaving.
Yeah. Sorry, Reggie.
You've been supporting me that long.
You live here now.
When I first moved here, I was like, who is this guy that... I used to work for J.J. Taylor.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Driving a beer around. And every truck was programmed to your station. And I was like, who is this guy that everybody's listening to? Like, let me check this guy out.
Crazy pain in the ass. So can you stay, though, for a while? Right?
Yeah.
It'd be great to have you stay. I got to take a break. We'll be right back. Judd's with us, and we got sports to talk about. You a sports fan?
I am.
University of Mississippi?
Mississippi State.
Mississippi State! Oh! That's a big rivalry.
It is.
Yeah.
Do not know how. That's a big rivalry.
Your eyes got the size of dinner. Whoa! I was like, oh my God! Is there going to be a fight here?
No.
No.
You're in the University of Minnesota.
Right.
Even though they never win, I'm still a fan.
Fine. Consistent.
We got to take a break. We'll be right back. Judd will join us. Reggie's already here. God, I love this.
Me too.
It's very natural. See, that's one thing about doing like radio and television and all that stuff. If it's not natural, I don't like it.
Yeah.
I just like a nice natural flow to everything.
Yeah, I agree.
And obviously the love of animals. Judd, do you have a dog?
Oh, absolutely. Stella.
Oh, Stella.
She's like 13 or 14, but man, she's great.
Okay, we're going to talk about that in a second. I'm going to take a break, and then we're going to talk about your dog. All right?
All right.
Sounds
Perfect.
good. Let's talk about acoustic wave therapy and whether or not this therapy could be right for you. What is it? It's the latest advancement in the treatment of erectile dysfunction, and it's being offered at Twin Cities Premier Health in Edina. Acoustic wave therapy is a non-invasive, non-surgical, highly effective, science-based procedure that creates an increase in blood flow and treats the root cause of most erectile dysfunction. Right now, Twin Cities Premier Health has a special offer, a free treatment and a free consultation when you book today. This is valued at $800. Use savings code TOM at TwinCitiesPremierHealth.com. Just like I've experienced at Twin Cities Premier Health, there are no medications to take, and you'll notice that their work is overseen by highly trained health professionals all along the way. If you aren't interested in continuing to take a pill to create a pharmaceutically induced erection, take away all spontaneity in your love life, connect with the team at Twin Cities Premier Health like I did. Right now, receive this special offer. A free treatment and a free consultation when you book today. This is valued at $800. You can reach them at my unique phone number. That's 952-395-4346, 952-395-4346, or go to TwinCitiesPremierHealth.com and use savings code TOM.
The new Tom Barnard Morning Show is proud to have partners like Bradshaw and Bryant, MyPillow, and North American Banking Company founder, chairman, and president, Mike Bilski.
I've advertised on Tom's show for years, and the reason is simple. My business is recognized because of the ads, and that recognition has created growth. What business doesn't want to grow? I highly recommend the Tom Barnard Morning Show for your advertising.
Grow results for your business by partnering with the Tom Barnard Morning Show. Visit TomBarnardShow.com, keyword partner.
You need to know a guy for your auto repairs, legal issues, banking, and more. The same goes for investment advice. You need a guy to help you be successful, someone you can trust, who gets results. Well, I got a guy for you, Josh Arnold. Josh gives you straight talk, not sugar-coated advice about your financial situation. Josh has seen it all when it comes to economic and market conditions, and Josh can make sure that your retirement objectives match your investments. Do yourself a favor and call Josh now for a no-obligation, 48-minute evaluation. You've got nothing to lose, and you'll get a different point of view for your investments. Call Josh at 952-925-5608. That is 952-925-5608. You'll be glad that you did. And tell him his guy, Tom, sent you.
Investment services offered by Josh Arnold Investment Consultant, LLC, a security investment advisor. Past performance is no guarantee of future results. All investments involve risk. All comments and opinions are Josh Arnold's and do not constitute investment advice. Tom Barnard is a paid endorser.
Look at that timing. Yeah, baby.
I knew you were going to say that.
Look at that timing, man. God, the weirdest thing just happened to me, and I was out of the room. I just got a call from a company. Things must be kind of rough right now in America. I just got a call from Philadelphia saying, thank you for making your payment on blah, blah, blah.
Uh-oh.
It's like, what?
So there's a scam going on right now.
Is that what it was, a scam?
Probably that was a scam, but also there's a scam going on. My friend Michelle got a call from the Minneapolis police that they had seen a person fitting her description, blonde, which was correct, keying cars at Whole Foods in Edina. And she was like, Brittany, how do they know that I shop there? How, like, all these things. So she called the police, Minneapolis police back, and they were like, this is a huge scam. But how did they have all that information? Did they just guess? Because she is blonde. And it was just you got to be careful.
You really do know.
And just know that they'll never call you. They'll send you a million letters, but they'll never call you.
You don't call and thank me for my payment. It's like, what?
They're like, thank you for your payment. Can we get your payment information because we think you were overcharged? And that's when you
That's exactly what it was headed.
Oh.
So there you go.
So where this scam can be used to your benefit now is this. I ignore almost everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like company wise too. Like every day I get something that says from my internal work email that I'm supposed to like take some type of test to make sure I know how not to get scammed.
Yeah.
But I ignore it, and my justification is, what if that's a scam?
I know.
Right.
Brittany just got hosed on that the other day.
I knew you were going to say that.
Uh-oh.
I was like, I can't remember if I told Rudy or not. So I all of a sudden, I never subscribe to anything with my work email. And so I got really annoyed that I got this email that was like, it was some advertisement around here. And I was like, ugh, unsubscribe. So I went to unsubscribe to my work email. And it was like, this big webpage came up and it was like, you've been, you got caught by the Hubbard phishing scam. And I was like,
Yep.
no!
Oh, my God.
Well, they didn't want you to click unsubscribe.
No, they didn't want, because it was like a test. And
They're testing you all the time, Reggie. We're being tested constantly.
I just fail. It's not like I would have put in any information, but like, I just pushed unsubscribe, and next thing I know, I'm like, oh, great. Ginny Hubbard's probably like, got another one.
Yeah, maybe.
I think you could get hacked by hitting that unsubscribe button. I thought that was safe.
I thought, well, we
That's
all
what I
learned
thought.
something that day, and mostly that Brittany cries easily.
Good God. So, Judd, now, Reggie, first of all, he's from Mississippi, so he doesn't care about Minnesota sports at all. Do you follow any professional teams here? No?
I do.
Oh, do you?
I do. I played basketball in college, but
Where'd you play?
I went to East Central Community College first. That's down by Meridian, Mississippi, close to the Alabama border.
Yep.
And then I went to Belhaven University, which is it's a Lutheran Christian college down in Jackson. So,
all right.
But I don't follow it as much as I used to. We used to go. Me and my wife used to go check out the Lynx. They were doing real good for a while. Timberwolves, of course. Twins. We go to the games now.
You do now? I haven't been to a game this year. It's kind of weird, Judd. I have not been to one game this year.
Yeah, I thought you'd go a few times.
I usually do, and
I thought we'd go a few times. What happened?
We gotta go.
I know.
I mean, we only got what?
We're getting late.
And we're getting really late in the season now. About 5 weeks.
About 5 weeks left.
That's about it.
Wow.
Not much more. So, Judd, how's it going? What's the latest?
The latest is that I don't think there's anything that the Twins can possibly do, including completely collapse, that will cost them this division title. I mean, everyone else has bailed. They just won, 2 of 3 from Pittsburgh. If they do the old TK thing, which is win series, right? Like, you don't need to sweep them. If they win series, they'll be absolutely fine. Now, here's the test. So the Brewers, who are playing well, they play the Brewers tonight and tomorrow in Milwaukee. Then they come home for the weekend and play 4 against the Rangers. And the Rangers can hit the ball. So I'm very curious to see how this pitching, which is pretty damn good, how this pitching does against Texas. Because the problem is when you're playing like Pittsburgh and when you're playing a lot of these teams, Detroit's, who by the way, beat them a ton, but they're not really good teams. So I'm curious to see what happens. And they did play the Phillies a couple weeks ago, Tom. We talked about this and won 2 or 3 there. So I want to see what happens when the Rangers, who have a lot of bats, go against this starting pitching. I have a feeling Dallas Keuchel will not be taking a perfect game into the 7th against the Texas Rangers.
Probably not. Probably not. That was a hell of a game he pitched, though. It was something else.
I was there. It was really good. I mean, he was great. He is fantastic. Now, Pittsburgh, I'm not kidding you. As a kid, I'm sure that we could all, for the most part, name a ton of players, right? Like we knew the players on teams, if you follow baseball, when we were kids. I kid you not, I sat down with the scorecard on Friday night at Target Field. Of the 10, including the pitcher, people who were starting for the Pirates, I recognized 2 names. I have no idea who the other guys were.
Really?
0 clue. 0. And I look at box scores occasionally, and I watch highlights. It is incredible. You talk about nondescript. This is the definition of nondescript. The Pittsburgh Pirates are.
Yeah, I would have to agree with that. No question about it. Are they doing this to me again? They're getting me excited again, Judd. Why do they do this to me?
You know what? You've got to temper expectations, Tom. There's no other way to put it. You've got to temper your expectations. They're going to the playoffs. Mm-hmm. They're going to the playoffs, and they're going to host a first round, which is 2 or 3. They're going to host a first round series, which I believe now, if they actually started it today, would be against Seattle. It was Toronto last week. But you've got to go into this with eyes wide open. That one, they might not score runs because sometimes they just don't score runs. And 2, they might do something, or 3 or 4 things stupid that will drive you crazy and will end their season. Because that's the other thing. And this can extend from the lineup. This can extend from the lineup to the play in the field. I don't know. I can't predict it. But this team drives me crazy with some things it does. And so that's where I'm concerned against a good team in the playoffs. It'll bite them in the ass.
It might, no question about that. Now, we do have to segue back into the dog thing because you talked about having a dog, and something just popped into my head because Reggie asked me about the couple of dogs that we had. And Clayton, we had a very big Irish setter, a wonderful dog. But I remember one time, I'm going to segue you into talking about your dog, Judd, okay?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So I walk in the house, and Clayton has this guilty look on his face. I'm like, what is that all about? He's, kind of avoiding eye contact, that kind of. I'm like, what's that? And he was sitting there, and I called him over, and he wouldn't get up. And I'm like, what is that now? I said, Clayton, come here. And he goes, nope, he's not going to move. I'm like, this is weird. And as I got closer, he did more of that eye dancing thing, that eyebrow dancing thing that he always did. And I went, what the hell is this all about? So I finally went over. I said, come in. And he finally stood up, and I looked at him. And then I went around behind. he had half a Hot Wheel sticking out of his butt.
Oh, no.
He had eaten a Hot Wheels car. I don't know when he did it. He's got half of it hanging out his butt.
That Hot Wheel has seen some stuff.
Yeah, it's seen some stuff.
That is
So I got a pair of pliers. I was not going to grab it with my fingers. There's no doubt about that.
Nope.
So your dog's name is what?
It's Stella.
Stella.
And she's a little thing, so I don't think she'll consume stuff, but I think a Hot Wheel is out of the question for her. So that's the good news. No pliers, no nothing. I don't think she would eat one. But yeah, no, she's a little thing. We got her as a rescue. Well, about 2011 or so? But just dogs are great. I love dogs. I grew up with a cat, and cats are funny because they're just so antisocial for the most part, and they think we're stupid. Dogs think we're stupid, but dogs love us.
I know.
Yeah, that's true. And they're right. We are stupid.
We are dumb.
Well, we just don't understand what they want constantly, and they don't understand why we can't get it through our thick heads that we're there to serve them.
Yeah.
You're right. They don't. Do you think that maybe just sitting here talking to everybody, and everybody so far, all 5 of us have had dogs or have a dog currently, do you think maybe our pets might bring us together as a people again because everybody's at each other's throats and all the rest of it? The happiness that animals bring, maybe they can bring us back together. What do you think?
I love that idea.
I think they definitely can.
Absolutely, right? Absolutely.
It's got to happen sooner or later because it's getting really old. There's no question about that. But it just, like I said, I've had a ball just sitting here talking this morning about this. It makes everybody happy to talk about their pets,
Yeah.
Because it puts a smile on our face.
Yeah.
Yes, because they're funny. They're like comedians. They're like little furry comedians running around our house amusing us because of the fact, again, that they think that we're stupid. And we're like, oh, you're cute. And they're like, no, feed me. Let me outside. Take me for a walk. I'm not cute. I'm demanding.
My dog has a really tight 10-minute set, but you start getting into like a half hour, he can't hang for a half hour on stage, okay?
Maybe we should have like a big dog festival.
We should have a big dog festival.
I'm in, obviously.
Jude would love it.
Yeah.
He loves other dogs.
Oh, yeah.
There's no doubt about it. So, you don't see a lot of dogs. Again, where I grew up, you saw dogs fighting, but those were guard dogs. They were not like just family pets, right?
Yeah.
So, you don't see that anymore. The neighbors bring their dog over and all that stuff, and they get along just fine.
I think that's what the dogs prefer.
I think so. I think that's true. Yeah, I'm in a neighborhood right now where not everybody, but almost everybody has a dog, which is really, really great in the neighborhood. It's on a cul-de-sac, so everybody kind of gets together, and the dogs come over, and they, it's just a great night when we get together.
In Minnesota, there's more dogs or more pets than children.
Is that right? I didn't know that.
I believe that. I mean, you would know. You probably did the market research,
Right?
right?
I
Yeah.
did the market
It's like,
research.
should I make human food or dog food? And here
Well,
you
there's over
are.
a million dogs in Minnesota.
I'm absolutely okay with that statistic. I think that is absolutely fine. I am. You know what's great? When I leave the house, I can say bye, Stella, and she'll roll her eyes and look at me, but she'll go crawl up on the couch there and just sit there. If that was a kid, I'd be arrested. So I am a big fan of, hey, bye, Stella. See you in a few hours. And then when I get home, she's like, okay, give me a treat. Let me outside. I'll forgive you.
Oh, I'll forgive you is a big part of it, huh?
Yeah.
Oh God, are you kidding? Yes, this is a judgmental dog. Like she's judgmental.
I got one
and
of
she
those.
should be. She should be. She doesn't. So she thinks humans are stupid, and she's not a big fan of big dogs.
Yeah, little dogs generally don't like big dogs. That is true.
I've got one of each. I have Robot, who is an absolute monster. She stares at me like I should change my outfit 400 times, judgmental. She just looks at me like you're trash. And then I have Murphy, who's a golden retriever, who's like, you're the best, you've never done anything wrong. And so I just like have each one to balance them out. Like, depending if I have an ego's too high, I go hang out with Robot. But if I'm like, need some pick-me-up, I go hang out with Murphy. Like, I need one of each.
Kirby looks at me like I don't do anything for her.
And Judd, you may have missed this, but Reggie makes his dog food, homemade food every day.
Oh my God!
I know, yeah. So.
Oh, that is a ton of work too.
It is a ton of work. You missed it. That's why I told him I pass it off to my wife now. It ended up being a little too much for me.
I love that.
That dog should be appreciative, man. That's not right for the dog to judge you. Then the dog should be like, "Thank you very much, Reggie. You're the greatest."
She's a big time eye roller, and
oh god, the eye rolling. Yeah. I love the eye rolling.
Same.
I should mention, as a matter of fact, ladies and gentlemen, Must Be Ruff is currently being sold at Target Field, Gate 34, as Reggie pointed out. They also have a booth at the Minnesota State Fair. God, that opens what, day after tomorrow?
Yeah, Thursday.
God, the fair is opening already.
Can you believe it?
Man.
You big time fair goer?
No.
No.
No, I am not.
No, but we will be there on Saturday. If you, will you be there Saturday, Reggie?
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Oh, come and see us.
Yeah.
You can come and sit on the stage.
You be at the at your cabin over there.
The
cabin?
No, we're gonna be at Carousel Park. I'll shoot you the information.
The stage, the big stage.
Oh.
Yeah.
The big. Oh, what time do you have to be off, Judd?
9:40.
40. Okay, we're good. I just want to make sure we keep
fine.
you on time and all the rest of it, because I'm a little distracted by having a good time. You know what I mean?
You know what, Tom? You are very fortunate, or I should say not fortunate. You are very smart, because your complaints with the world would be times 10 if you were on things like Twitter and TikTok, which I know you're not. So like you're scratching the surface of the world's problems, and it annoys you. I'm telling you right now, like X now, I guess it's not Twitter. I don't know. I don't care what it's called. But anyway, if you want, now it's fun for sports, in my opinion, but if you want a cesspool of humanity, that's where it's a cesspool.
That's
so
what
you
I
are
hear,
very, very smart to avoid it.
No, it's been 11 years now, and I quit 2 things on the same day. So it's actually been 13 years. I quit 2 things on the same day. One was social media, and the other one was drinking alcohol. So there you go.
Smart.
Oof. Can you imagine me lit up on booze being on social media?
Yes, I can imagine.
Oh, you can, yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God, no, that would be that would not be good.
Yeah, that's not great.
What's your address? I'm coming to your house right now.
Yeah. You do not.
Or just a quick tweet back. That's what like you wake up the next day, you're like, what did I tweet? Oh my God. Yeah.
A few F-bombs in there, if I remember correctly.
Toms are more promises than they are threats. It's like, I think we're all doing better for you to just chill out and just.
Oh, that's true. I never threaten people. I always promise.
Yeah. No, they're like guarantees, and it's not what we're going for in life anymore.
No, it is not. But it all works out in the end, doesn't it?
Yes.
All right, Judd, you only got a couple of minutes left, so wrapping up the sports for today. We got our Minnesota Twins. Very excited about that.
Yep.
How about the Vikings? What else?
The Vikings are back. They had 2 days, Wednesday, Thursday, of joint practices against Tennessee last week, and then played an unwatchable game on Saturday. My God, I love football, but preseason football is unbleeping watchable. And now tomorrow and Thursday, they're going to have joint practices against the Cardinals. And then they have a noon game on Saturday, which I'm going to tell you right now, because we're going to be doing our show in Carousel Park from the fair at 1:00 on Saturday. I can't go to the game, and I am privately absolutely thrilled that I don't have to sit through another preseason football game.
No, I couldn't. I used to watch every one of them when I was a kid, and when I was certainly when I was in my 20s, when the Vikings were very, very hot. But I can't watch preseason football anymore. No, but at least here in Minnesota, none of the starters ever play.
Nope. Some teams still do it, but it's becoming more and more that, because it's down to 3 games now. A lot of teams just don't play guys anymore, and the Vikings. Yep. Kirk Cousins, as long as he is quarterback here and Kevin O'Connell as coach, will never take a snap in a preseason game. So
because you're kind of risking injury, that kind of thing.
Yes, it's not controlled. So like you can't, and plus it's they play a series. They used to, the third preseason game when there were 4, they used to play an entire half. But yes, there is a definite risk. And if the guy gets hurt, what's the point? It's a meaningless game. So September 10th, Tampa Bay. That's when we'll see Kirk Cousins.
We're looking forward to it, Pally, and I will talk to you tomorrow.
Outstanding. Talk to you.
Thanks, Judd. Judd, ladies and gentlemen, Judd Zulgad. SKOR North, of course. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on the line. Doug Sprinthal live at the new GM from Flagship Ford in Baldwin, Wisconsin, home of my new EV Ford Mustang online, flagshipford.com. Dougie, what's the latest?
Well, I'm just waiting for the sun to come out.
It's not out
yet?
You have
sun in Minneapolis? It's kind of gray and gloomy over here in western Wisconsin.
So it's partly cloudy and 79.
Yeah, it's going to be 100 later.
It is. It's going to be 100 degrees. Oh, God. Isn't that
Just
amazing?
laugh.
Well, it's
Things
true.
they never said in Minnesota 30 years ago, right?
Yes, that's very true. You're absolutely right about that. So things are good, though, I've heard.
Yeah, really good. Hey, I got to ask you a question. Have you been watching Only Murders in the Building?
No.
You've got to watch this. We just started the third season, and there was a line. And the thing I like about the writing is that there's always these quick little jokes that if you blink, you'll miss them. So in the third season, Meryl Streep is one of the guest stars, and she's an unknown actress who's trying to get onto this musical that Martin Short's putting on. But she gets a call to do a TV show, and she gets excited because she lands it. And Martin Short says, "So what is it?" And she goes, "Well, it's a Grey's Anatomy spinoff of a spinoff of a spinoff. It's called Grey's New Orleans Family Burn Unit." I just fell out of my chair. I'm like, "Oh my God, that is so funny."
That is a good line.
That is very funny.
That is.
And then her eyes get really big, and she goes, "And the producer wants me to limp." And the fact that it's Meryl Streep making fun of CSI and Daniel Day-Lewis in the same joke is just fabulous.
It's amazing.
I gotta ask the question of everybody, and Doug, obviously, and you be answering first. I watched the first season of that show, and I'm a huge Steve Martin fan. Martin Short, I love him. I thought that was boring as hell. The first season I thought was terrible.
Well, that's too bad. It gets stronger as they go on. You know, a lot of these shows, the first season is great, and then they kind of fall apart.
Right.
Arrested Development was a great example of that.
Yep.
Season one of that show is fabulous, and by the third one, it was just terrible. But this gets better if you hang with it, and they keep bringing in more and more guest stars, and the story gets more and more outrageous. So give it another crack. I think you'll like it. And Martin Short just steals every scene that he's in.
Yeah, they're both of them. They're really, really terrific. And who's the woman in it again?
Selena Gomez.
Selena Gomez.
Yeah, there you go. So Rudy, what do you think of that show?
I agree with you. The first season was okay, wasn't phenomenal. I watched the first 2 episodes of the second season and just thought I'm bailing out. I couldn't for whatever reason. I guess maybe murder mysteries are just not my thing for whatever reason. But those two guys together, I don't know. You give me the Three Amigos. Oh, I'm all about it.
Right,
man.
right, exactly.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it is. But I do like Selena Gomez with those two. I wish they would do something different besides the murder mystery thing. And I think we've gotten to a point now. Remember when Zach Braff did a TV show on ABC about people who did a podcast?
Yeah.
And they went, oh, this will never take off. Nobody knows what that is. I think we've gotten to a point now where people are doing podcasts on a show where you're like, okay, we get it. You guys are everybody's got a microphone nowadays. Now move over and let the professionals do it, It just seems like they just make it seem like it's just so easy. All you do is grab a microphone and then hundreds of thousands of people download. It's not how it works.
Yeah.
No.
You really got to be good at this and persistent with it. So I agree. I watched the first season. It was fine. The rest of it was like, whatever.
I think the heartwarming story, if I remember right, Martin Short's wife died of cancer about 5 years ago, I think.
Oh.
And he was struggling with it, and Steve Martin called him up and says, "We're going on the road." And if you remember, I think it was just pre-COVID a little bit. They were touring the country doing the Martin and Martin bit. And,
Yeah, they were on
It
Tom.
really helped them.
Tom interviewed them.
Yeah, they came in and did the show. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Very, very nice guys. Both of them, just tremendously nice people. There's no doubt about it. And I think they're hilarious. There was something about that show. It just didn't click with me. I don't know what it is. I just didn't think it was very good.
So you went from interviewing Martin Short and Steve Martin to talking to a used car salesman in western Wisconsin. How far the mighty have fallen.
Honest to God, my career's just coming apart at the seams. There's no question about it.
And I've ridden his coattails the whole way.
That's right, all the way down.
All the way down.
Yeah, all the way down.
They call me
Thank
the
you.
anchor.
God.
They call me the closer because the store's about to close.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm just kidding.
Oh, that's nice. That's really nice. So what
Let's
else you
talk
got?
cars for a minute if we could.
Good idea.
We still, I don't know why we have this, but if anybody's been shopping for full-size Broncos in the last couple of years, you know they're impossible to get, and a lot of dealers are selling them well over a window sticker. We have one in stock. It's the Sasquatch package in the cool Area 51 color. We've got some specials on new cars, too. 3.9% financing for 60 months on F-150s. And the Mach-E Mustang is 1.9 for 60. So all of the specials you can find. Just go to flagshipford.com. And as always, if you have any automotive questions, please feel free to reach out. Doug at flagshipford.com.
God, you're professional.
I know. And I didn't even write any of that down. I thought I'm pretty proud of myself.
You should be. I don't think there's any question
And
about
I'm
it.
humble.
Always very, very humble. There's no question about it. When are you going to come in studio again, you pill?
Are you going to be working the first Thursday of September? That'd be a couple days after Labor Day.
No.
You're taking that week off.
I have that week off, exactly.
So let's call it the second Thursday in September, shall we?
I like it. You'll be in studio?
Excellent. I will be.
You coming in for the whole show or just that lame last hour?
No. I could. You tell me when you want me.
All right. We'll
Let's
work it
do
out,
that.
Pally. We'll
Okay.
work it out. All right. Thank you, pal. We'll talk to you
Yep.
later.
Have a great day, everybody. See ya.
See you, bud.
Ladies and gentlemen, longtime friend of Tom Barnard Show, Doug Sprinthal, Flagship Ford in Baldwin, Wisconsin. Online, it's flagshipford.com. I've always loved working with Doug. He's off, isn't he?
Yeah, he's gone. Don't
I've
worry.
always loved working with Doug. I don't want him hearing that.
I
Otherwise
understand.
You get the swelled noggin and the whole deal. We shall take a break. Be right back in a couple of minutes. Wrap things up. Reggie Carter in studio. Must be Ruff. Again, currently sold at Target Field at Gate 34. Also, they have a booth at the Minnesota State Fair, so we'll see you at the fair when we're out there this weekend. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Mike Bryant, and I'm driving my car safely and legally communicating on my phone. Minnesota law allows a driver to use their cell phone to make calls, text, listen to music or podcasts, and get directions by voice command or single-touch activation without holding your phone. Violations are very expensive.
The National Safety Council reports that cell phone use while driving leads to 1.6 million crashes per year, and nearly 400,000 injuries are caused by texting and driving. Not surprising, since 4 seconds with your eyes off the road is like driving the length of a football field blindfolded. And research shows that just 2 seconds increases the risk of an accident up to 24 times. Texting may only take a second, but it can end your life or ruin it forever. Please drive safely and stay alive.
Find Bradshaw and Bryant, personal injury attorneys at minnesotapersonalinjury.com.
Bradshaw and Bryant.
Do you know the secret to losing up to 1 pound of fat every day? Hi, I'm Dr. Adam Schatzko with mnfatloss.com, and I know the secret. Our unique weight loss program makes it easy to lose weight, get healthy, and get your energy back naturally, safely, and effectively. If you'd like to lose unhealthy fat without counting points, no exercising, no prepackaged meals, no surgery, and no hypnosis, go online to mnfatloss.com.
Tom here for mnfatloss.com. As you may know, I started the program earlier this year for 60 days, then spent several weeks in the maintenance phase, and now I'm back on the program. I've lost 30 pounds, and I feel great. I don't have to exercise. I eat delicious real food, and I'm not hungry. I recommend the program to anyone wanting to lose weight.
Many patients lose 20 to 30 pounds in about a month or two. For your free private weight loss consultation, call 763-312-7600 or schedule online at mnfatloss.com. That's mnfatloss.com.
Dr. Adam Schatzko, DC. Results may vary.
We are back, ladies and gentlemen. Got about 10 minutes to go. Reggie Carter in studio. He'll be back in a couple of seconds. Owner of Must Be Rough Dog Treat Bakery based out of Brooklyn Park. Specialized in human-grade ingredients, soft-baked treats that we wholesale to different breweries throughout the metro. Currently being sold at Target Field at Gate 34. Also, they have a booth at the Minnesota State Fair, so we'll see Reggie out there. I love having great guests. I love meeting people. Met Reggie, and the first thing he does is talk about listening to the old KQ show.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
No, it's exciting. Now we have to trick Reggie into coming and seeing us at 10 to 11 at the State Fair.
Exactly.
We're going to fool him. We'll tell him there's a bunch of dogs there, and we'll just watch him show up
Yeah,
and
there
look
you
sad once he sees us. Oh,
No, definitely come down.
that'd be awesome.
Oh, that'll be a good time, no question about that. No, there was a story that just popped up here, and now I can't find it. I don't know where the hell it went. But apparently there was a dog that was named the Dog of the Year by the TSA.
Whoa.
Yeah, I just saw it, but now I can't find the damn thing. I wanted a tip of the cap to the dog, and now I can't find the story.
We've come to a different time in society when the TSA is being like, you know what we really like? Dogs coming through security. That's what we really are big fans of.
Yes.
It has gotten so out of control with the dogs on the planes, has it not? We love them all, but boy, man, there was one dog, I like this woman, it was a little bit smaller than a Great Dane. It was massive. It was the biggest dog I've ever seen. And it just was, we're just going to put this dog on the plane now, I guess. All right, you're just taking up a whole aisle. Never mind.
It's wild, too. I posted this story in Tom's news stories. I found the TSA dog story you're talking about.
Oh, you did? Okay, good.
So I'm so used to them being Belgian Malinois or the German Shepherds. But I swear I've been seeing more and more, first off, mutts, like, mixed breeds, and labs. I've been seeing so many labs that are in security. Yeah, they're the security dogs that, like, do the smelling. And, like, it's so bad, too, because every time we do it, my husband's like, don't try to touch the dog. Don't. And all I do is look at it and go, please notice me. Like, for some reason, I just have this. It's like it's like the way you think you're supposed to be around like a hot guy, but like this is the way I am around dogs. Where I'm like, look at me. Just know that I love you. Do you know I love you? I love you. You're the cutest thing ever, and you have a job. Like you clock in with your little paw.
Yeah.
I love it.
I want to show that dog to my dog and be like, you see what an earner looks like?
Yeah, there you go.
You see who offsets his cost?
You see who doesn't have a U-shaped mark in the couch all day, Paul? Step it up.
Mm-hmm.
The public asked to vote for MSP's Zeta in TSA's 2023 Cutest Canine Contest. So this is the cutest dog out at the airport? Is that what they're saying?
I guess.
Oh, I was going to ask you that, by the way. You were talking about the dogs coming on the airplane. About 5 years ago, who was the goalie for the Wild?
Oh.
I don't know anything about hockey.
I know
Lou Nanny. That's all I know about hockey.
Hasek?
Was it?
Dominic Hasek? Hasek. I thought it was Hasek, yeah.
I don't know who it did. I don't know if that was a guy or not, but we got on an airplane in Calgary to fly back to Minnesota. And I didn't know who it was, but somebody pointed out he's the current goalie for the Minnesota Wild and whatever. But they had a horse with them. It was a dog, but it was the size of a horse, for Christ's sake.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man. Now, for a dog that size, do they have to pay for another ticket?
I would think so. I would think so. But I have no idea.
I'm not kidding you. That dog was as big as me.
I know if
Jesus.
First off, if you want to bring a dog, you have to do it way in advance. And make sure there's a certain amount of room. But I know you have to pay an extra fee. And then you have to... every airline is different, though. So you can't just, there's not one umbrella answer. Because I've tried to help somebody else who was flying with their dog. So you have to, look on their website. And then they have, the right to refuse. It's a lot. So...
I've actually never seen a dog on the flight.
Really?
They don't allow a lot of them anymore. They used to allow a lot more dogs than they do now. I know that.
Okay.
They cut way back on dogs flying on airplanes. I don't know. You got to be some special.
Well, they had everybody and their brother was going out to their doctor and getting a written, I need a security blanket dog.
So an emotional support. Yeah. There's different echelons of what you can have. So an emotional support dog means the dog has had. It doesn't matter what training it's had. That's more of a prescription for you.
Yeah.
And then that means you can have whatever, like an emotional support squirrel. It's just you got an okay. So that's the lowest echelon. So if you see that means that dog might have zero training.
Absolutely. Right. Yeah, they get the vest, but they have no actual real training. It's like a Minneapolis police officer. They get the vest, but no real actual training.
Oh, that's nice. Anti-cop rhetoric on this.
He's totally joking. Even while he said it, did you see his little smirk come on?
Got the smirk
and then,
going.
Reggie, we get police officers here all the time, and Rudy's always like, thanks for serving. We really appreciate it.
Exactly.
He's the first one to be like...
So, Reggie... This is my life now. I got a guy ripping the cops, and I had a woman who just said, emotional support squirrel. This is my life now.
I'm sorry.
This is my emotional support squirrel. Okay. That's a good look.
Tell me you wouldn't love it if I just had a little, instead of all my like moving, you know how I always move a bunch? If I just had a little squirrel, I just sat here and pet.
Aren't squirrels mean as hell?
Depends on the squirrel. I feel like that.
It depends on the squirrel.
You're right, yeah.
Oh, I suppose it
our
does.
squirrel ate a hole in our garbage can outside. I can't believe that.
He didn't think you were
they could do
recycling
that.
enough. He was like, I need to make an impact.
Reggie's doing a terrible job with the trash out here. I take
Exactly.
care of everything. No, that's wonderful. Okay, we got about 5 minutes left, so I want to talk to you much more about Must Be Ruff.
Okay.
Let the people know where they can find it. Well, no, go ahead.
Oh, we did have a email about a question about Reggie. Does Reggie do any online ordering and shipping for Must Be Ruff?
Online ordering, yes. Shipping, no. It has to be local pickup. I have different places I call dog houses around the metro.
Yeah.
Where if it's closer to you, you can go get it. With the perishable aspect and how, it's hard to put a cupcake in mail. It probably get turned over, things like that. So we don't ship at this time. But the website is mustberuff.co.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll also be able to find it. I have it linked up in the show description today as well. So people can just click on us and they can find your website through there too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you.
And we're going to drag Reggie over to the to our site on Saturday at the State Fair.
I know.
Please
Did you
do.
notice how I
Please do.
looped that in where I was like, oh, are you going to be here?
I can't believe Tevin's coming. Tevin's just been replaced.
No. Okay, we
That's
can't.
stiff.
Yeah, well, Tevin, he wrote me an email or a text about why he screwed up August and September, but
Nope. No excuse.
we can give Tevin hell. He'll be here tomorrow.
He's my adopted son. He has to come.
Well, maybe you should maybe you should ground him. Take away his
I
screens.
should ground him. You're
He's like
absolutely right.
30. So Reggie just get an idea. Is he 30 now? I used to always call him so young.
Oh, God, he's been... Is he 30? I think he is just 30.
I think so,
I think
too.
you're right about that.
Ugh,
What do you mean, yeah?
old man. We used to call him a
Oh,
kid.
he's an old man now.
He used to be our eye candy for the show, and now he's like an old man.
Tevin is a pretty handsome guy.
Yeah,
I
he's
can
a
have
very
to give him the tip of the cap on that one.
He's very cute.
So, yeah, but he's not coming.
He's not coming.
That's stiff.
I know.
I know you're listening, you stiff.
I know.
I got to give him a call today anyway, so that would be good.
He also has a dog named Prince. That's this little mini. It's like looks like a miniature husky.
Sheltie, maybe?
Maybe. And he literally might be the worst trained dog ever. He can't even get Prince back at
Nice.
the dog park. He's had elaborate stories about him sneaking out of fences at the dog park and then having to chase him down with like other people to get Prince. Like, so if you're living in the Twin Cities, you've probably met Tevin because you've helped him find Prince.
That's probably true.
Yeah, he's easy to spot because he wears the high heels.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the dog.
That's exactly right. There's no question about it.
Both Tevin and the dog. It's cute. It's matching.
Yes.
It's a Luke. Yeah. It's I know this. I'm excited to bring home your treats. I just have to also warn you, you have to tell your significant other that they are dog treats. Because they don't.
What if I don't?
I mean,
Catherine, did you see the donut I left on?
Yeah.
But
he said it's human food.
I know. That's what I was gonna say. Well, I mean, but it was so bad. So when I bought some from Reggie, I put them in the fridge, and my husband kept saying over and over, "You sure we can't eat these?" Because he's like such a sweet tooth. Like you sure? And I go, "Well, you can eat them, but like we probably could do better, Justin."
Well, there's no sugar in it,
so it's not as exciting.
And normally it's the husband who eats it. The wife always sets it out, and the husband is like, "Oh yeah." That's most of the time.
Does it
what I hear.
happen quite a bit?
It does.
Yeah, they
It
look
does.
so good.
Well, they do. I was just looking at them again. They look like, oh, God, she left a treat for me.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, I made them look like that for my 8 and 9-year-old son to try to trick them. Like, let me make something that I think that they would eat.
Did it work?
It did work.
Yeah.
It did work.
He goes, it did work.
Yes.
Do you ever have like a long day in the kitchen and you don't have food, you just eat a little bit?
I do.
Yeah. I'm just really glad you're honest, Reggie.
I
Good God. All right, 10 o'clock at the State Fair on Saturday.
Okay.
We'll see you there. It was great having you in. I always like meeting new people who are nice, who understand life.
Yeah.
You had not one complaint today.
No.
We need a lot more people like you. That's all I'm saying.
Right. I appreciate you having me.
Oh, anytime, Reggie. Come back anytime.
Awesome.
That'll do it. Talk to you tomorrow.